Good morning. You're watching the morning rant. I'm JahLogic, your host, and these are my co-hosts, Schoolboy and J.Doug. You can introduce yourself, fellas.
There what's going on? J.Doug in the building, aka Morning J, aka Let the Tech Spray.
Rah.
Mm-hmm.
Schoolboy, what's up? Check in.
What's happening now?
All right, all right.
Can you guys hear me? There you go.
Yeah, we good. We good. We can hear you. Good morning, bro. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I roast my headset. Yeah.
You lost. You lost what they was calling your Xbox headset.
Oh nah. Yeah. I didn't see that.
How'd you lose that? How'd you lose that?
I probably broke it.
Oh, there you go.
No, I didn't. No, it's not charged. That's the issue right now. It's not charged.
All right, then. J.Doug, good morning. What's up with you?
Nothing much, man. I was just mad about Meek Mill. This little Meek Mill situation. Him and academics, they going at it. And they going at it, and academics, he called them out for working with a snitch and trying to talk down on 6ix9ine. And now he backing down. He don't want to say nothing about the snitch he working with, but he got something to say about everybody else fucking business. I don't like people like that. Speak on your shit. Speak on the snitch you working with, nigga. Damn, bitch ass nigga. That's what the Meek Mill that got me tight. I saw that just a minute ago scrolling on Instagram. I'm like, I'm tired of Meek Mill. I'm seriously am.
I could dig it. We already got one comment in from Muhammad X Shakur on YouTube. He said, bro, you really got a hater. Has it been live 3 minutes? You already got one dislike.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we appreciate the dislikes. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't even open our fucking mouth yet.
Well, so yo, check this out. If you're a hater, hit the dislike button. We love that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody on Facebook watching. See Amir on the check-in, my homeboy Ty. Amir says good morning. You know what I mean? Salute to you. Salute to everybody watching on all the Facebook groups and the watch parties, everything we got going on at the same time. Yeah, so today we got an exciting show. We might have too much news for you. We want to talk about open carry. We want to talk about protests. We want to talk about a possible race war. I know people talked about the race war possibly happening in the past, but me personally, I haven't taken that real serious. But I think that shit really might be a little minute race war. If not, I think it'll be a grand war. I think it'll be a civil war. But I think we could definitely, definitely it might be a little race war that might pop off, and I'll show you why a little later in the show. And yeah, we're gonna give you a little update on the whole pandemic situation because obviously shit is still going on, you know. So yeah, let me get some of the news pulled up. And Schoolboy, I think the first thing I got to show, I think you sent it to us, right? You sent us an article about YouTube. Okay, so that's another topic. We kind of got shut down the last time we went live, and then Schoolboy, you sent us an article about why people are getting shut down on YouTube right now.
Yeah, they were saying, can you guys hear me? Yeah. So they were saying that Richard Spencer, David Duke, a bunch of folks related to the white supremacists were getting shut down and kicked off of Facebook. It's probably happening, more so because of these, Facebook is losing ads here about how, they're letting stuff come across their airwaves. So the same thing's happening over at YouTube.
Right. Right. All right. You know what? Before we get to that, I got to apologize about that. I had a much more, I want to say almost, I wanted to come out the gate with this story. Before we get into that,
all right,
I want to come out the gate with this particular thing. I want to put some respect on the Crips in Long Beach right now. On the last episode, we spoke about our gangsters not really standing up for us. And this article comes to us via Vlad TV. All right, so let me put this on the screen. So right here, you can see some of you may already came across this, and if you hadn't, let us break it down. Crips stop and kick out looters in Long Beach. So one thing I want to say is this is not all Crips. This is just some Crips in Long Beach. So respect to these particular Crips that, actually put stepped to some I guess so-called protesters that were walking around trying to loot. So the article goes, a video recently surfaced online of Crips stopping looters and kicking them out of an area in Long Beach, California. The short clip shows a Crip walking up behind a group of people and telling them to keep it moving because there wasn't going to be any looting in Long Beach. This comes after Long Beach Mayor Robert Garcia revealed in early June that about 85 people were arrested while looting and vandalism spread across the city. Of a large group of 28 were taken to jail, and the other 56 were given summonses to appear in court after being taken into custody. 21 of the 28 people arrested were arrested primarily for burglary or felony. Somebody say felony for me. There you go.
Felony. Damn, you got me fucking up.
Felony. Look, damn. Felony looting. Oh, fuck it.
Felony.
Felony looting. Here we go.
It's Long Beach. You from Long Beach, homie? You from Long Beach? Homie, get your fucking ass out of here. What you talking about, homie? Yeah, get your bitch ass out of here, homie. Get your ass out. Fucking loot over here. Get your motherfucking ass knocked out. Get your punk asses on. Nigga, this Long Beach.
Oh, Lord.
Say something. Say something.
Yeah, whatever.
There we go.
Oh, Lord.
I did want to start the show by putting some respects on those guys.
Another broke nigga acting like he run shit. You don't run shit, nigga. Talk about get the fuck on. Nigga probably don't own a piece of property in Long Beach. Some old niggas still claiming to be crippin', thugging, whatever, and all blue. You take your old ass and go put on a suit, nigga, and just cut that dumb shit out.
Hey, but ain't that the purpose? Ain't that the original purpose of cripping? To community revolutionary progress, to protect your neighborhood, to make sure people don't infiltrate your neighborhood and bring the bullshit to your neighborhood. Ain't that the original purpose?
Yeah, that was the original purpose, but he just trying to get some clout. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't got shit popping.
I don't know. I put respect on that, man. I mean, they said Crips like it was all Crips that kicked out the protesters, but it looked like to me it was just one Crip. And I want to respect.
Yeah, just one nigga talking tough. He wasn't gonna do nothing. He tried the right ones. He was yelling at looked like some young white kid. That would have been some young real niggas. They would have got his ass in line. He ain't doing. He ain't moving shit.
Schoolboy, you got a blue shirt on today. You got anything to say about this? I think J.Doug is biased. He got a red shirt on. I don't know.
I don't know. I think they were doing what they were supposed to do, because a lot of times I hear people talk about how you know, these people are so violent, etc. But then they don't show things like this, and they don't show the points where, you know, it's a reactive action based on what was going on before the camera turned on. You know, they just catch the reaction, but they don't catch the cause of the reaction.
Right.
And that's important, you know.
And I'm tired of motherfuckers I'm tired of black people. We misdirect our angles too much. We focus on everything minute. If you so gangster, you so crip, how about you get them goddamn foreigners out of the neighborhood and stop them from selling shit in the neighborhood? We set up some black shops since you so damn gangster.
I mean,
let's do that. Motherfuckers always want to do something, but the shit they doing don't mean shit. You sitting there trying to protect businesses that you don't own, probably. Probably some foreigners own it. How about get some of these Chinese people up out the motherfucking hood and get some black beauty supply stores in the motherfucking black community since you so damn gangster? Do that.
Well, you know what? I can agree with you there. I think we definitely need more black businesses.
But you know why you won't do that? Because that calls for a little more work than yelling and talking big up the damn street. See, anytime you're trying to talk tough, black people do that the best. But when it's time to put the real work in, we looking for the white man to do that. It's amazing.
But look, I don't want to assume that there's no black businesses in Long Beach. I'm not too familiar with Long Beach, but I know in LA and like the South Central area, you know, even like on the block where Nipsey was, there's a lot of black businesses over there leading up to Leimert Park. You know what I mean? A lot of black businesses, even a dope co-working office space that's over there that's black owned, that ran by a bunch of brothers from HBCUs, Schoolboy, right there, right across the street from Leimert Park. You know what I mean? So I don't want to assume that Long Beach don't have any black owned businesses, but you know, that block does look like one of those blocks where it was a lot of, you know, outside businesses in the community. So I don't know. We have to do a little more homework on that. You know what I'm saying? So before we get to the pandemic update, I guess we can go a little bit to the dumb shit. Which how you feel, J.Doug? You want to get to this joint in Harlem? You want to take it back to the East Coast?
Oh yeah. No, I'm just wherever you go, I'm going. I'm just riding. I'm just riding on that bullshit this morning. Let me hit the blunt because I might be a little aggy this morning. Cause I just come on, man. That's tough.
Let me check this out. All right, so this comes to
this Kush.
Yeah,
Schoolboy, you want to hit this Kush, nigga?
Man, you know, I already have what I do in the morning to get ready for the day.
Damn,
Maybe
what you
some
do?
coffee.
You don't hit what you did? You ain't hit no line, did you?
Listen, man, let me
You ain't hit no line, did you?
you know, let me live my life over here, man.
Oh Lord, amazing. And they say, oh, and it got me a little pick me up.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
All right,
I need to get some coffee.
Yeah.
All right.
So this next article comes to us from a website called MTO News, and basically in Harlem, you got a man in a wheelchair busting shots. At a couple of dudes.
Nigga shit.
Yeah, so you know, we take 2 steps forward and it looks like we take 1 step back.
And I'm gonna watch the video, but I got something to say about this. I'm gonna watch the video first though.
All right, so the article says crime is exploding in New York City. In just over 9 days, more than 100 people have been shot or killed in dozens of shootings across the city. Some blame the crime wave on poor policing, others on rising unemployment. Yesterday, MTO News got another sign of just how crazy things have become in the Big Apple. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that video on the screen. I'm gonna try my best not to show homeboy's face, but you know, yeah, this is graphic. You know what I mean? So everybody, just a fair warning. If you don't want to see people get clapped at by a man who is in a wheelchair, hit the dislike button and leave. All right, check it out. So, bless.
Your cough button, like Jesse.
Yo, so here we go. My man in the wheelchair about that gunplay. As we see here,
he like you talking to a woman.
Yeah, look like he's talking to a woman in some big Converse boots, and then here you go. He's letting off. Yeah.
I salute to him.
Tell me why.
If I'm in the wheelchair, I can't beat nobody ass. So yes, if I'm in the wheelchair, niggas in my neighborhood got to know I can get the dumping at any time. Yes, I'm on the bullshit. You know, cause I know how it is in the hood, and you in the wheelchair, that he probably get pumped daily.
Or he doesn't.
Yeah, he does it. And that's the reason why niggas know he'll squeeze off.
Yeah. Schoolboy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Why you shooting down the street? I didn't see nobody aggressing this man.
Ooh, I don't know. You can't wait. You can't wait till a nigga get aggressive. You niggas pop off on your ass in the wheelchair, knock you out the wheelchair. Then what you got?
Yeah, because I mean that's the issue that he gonna have now. Like you can only wheel so fast. You know what I'm saying? If that was you shooting at my sister or some shit like that, I can't wait till your back is turned. I'm kicking you all in the side of the head and shit. And fuck that wheelchair. You shooting all down the street. What if he hit somebody's car? What if he really shot somebody?
You hit somebody's car. That's a normal day in the hood.
Yeah, but what if he actually hit somebody that's in the car? So that's why I'm just like, yeah, I don't see that video being justification for this man shooting down the street because he get bullied and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he seemed grown. Like go somewhere, man.
I mean,
you never know. Somebody could have took something from him and ran the fuck off. You know what I mean? He can't chase no damn body.
Say that again.
I say somebody might have took some shit from him and ran off. He can't chase nobody.
Right.
Yeah. You let this bullet catch you. Yeah. See, I don't like videos like that. You don't know that he could be well justified. Somebody motherfucking come on saying take some money out of his pocket, take his weed or something.
Well, it looked like it was just an argument, to be real. So my homeboy Saladin says that was wild. I hope he wasn't shooting at the sister though. I don't think he was. It looked like the female actually was behind him when he got the busing. You know what I'm saying? But we obviously don't know what happened, but we felt like he felt like getting a busting. You know what I'm saying? So I hear both sides. He was reckless, as Schoolboy was saying, but at the same time, if you're in a wheelchair, you definitely don't want to be taken for a soft mark. But at the same time, I think there's a lot we don't know about this story. For instance, why is he even in the wheelchair in the first place? You know what I'm saying? That might be from gun violence already. So there's a lot of shit we don't know. So, you know, in the beginning of the show, we spoke about an article that Schoolboy sent us in regards to people getting kicked off of YouTube, as we did. We were a little too hot for TV last week during the pilot episode. And when I read the article, they talked about the white supremacists, but they also talked about fake news being at an all-time high, and that they were kicking people off of YouTube for spreading fake news, such as vitamin C can cure COVID, or, you know, things of that nature. So I'm gonna skip over that video, but I'm gonna get straight to the pandemic update. And I want to start with some of the people that might be making these videos that we probably shouldn't be listening to. And I'm gonna go to this video that comes to us from, what is this? This news site is Now This. And there's a bunch of people at a hearing making arguments for why they shouldn't be wearing masks. And I want to know how you guys feel about the whole mask thing when we finish that.
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe.
What?
And they want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door. You're all turning your backs on it.
In the beginning,
That's just U.S. security? She's a security guard?
Breath in him, and he became a living soul. Where do you derive the authority to regulate human breathing? What you say is the political dogma that they're trying to shove down our throats on every commercial in every store, and it's disgusting.
Every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you, doctor, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity.
Let me ask you all, do you believe you're God? Do you believe you can override God's divine plan for our lives? You're removing our freedoms and stomping on our constitutional rights by these communist dictatorship orders or laws you want to mandate.
We will get together and do a citizen's arrest on every single human being that goes against the freedom of choice, okay? You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people. It literally is killing people. So every single one of you have a smirk behind that little mask, but every single one of you are going to get punished by God. You cannot escape God. You cannot escape God. I'm gonna say that again. You cannot escape God, not even with the mask or 6 feet, okay? 6 feet, like I said before, is military protocol. You're trying to get the people to train them, so when the cameras, the 5G comes out, what? They're gonna scan everybody. We got to get scanned. We got to get temperatured. The kids have to go to school with masks. Are you insane? Are you crazy? I think all of you should be in a psych ward right the heck now.
Much of our communication is nonverbal, which includes facial expressions, gestures displayed, and the physical distance between the communicators. How will young children be able to know who the dangerous deviants are, like pedophiles and people in the human sex trafficking?
You did not listen to we the people. I would die for that country. I would die for the Constitution. And you know what? You disgrace me. You know why? You did not listen to we the people. You made your decision.
I haven't worn it yet. I'm not wearing it today. Besides, despite what you guys do up here today, I'm not wearing one tomorrow. I was born free. I will stay free. My rights come from God, not from you. I'm not wearing it. You're going to have to hold me down and put it on me.
We are a nation of shared values of freedom, liberty, equality. We are home of the free, land of the brave. This is America, as someone else spoke. This is not Cuba. We are not in a communist nation.
And I say Trump 2020, and I hope every one of you gets voted out who votes for a mask here today. Shame on you for voting for a mask.
Thank you,
This
ma'am.
is
Your time has
I also
expired.
heard you say this is a democracy, and I'm sick and tired of hearing you say that. It's a republic.
I don't.
So there you have it. Obviously, more times these are Trump fanatics. Hence the lady at the end screaming Trump 2020. They also spoke about your state, J.Doug. They talk about Florida, I guess, being one of the worst. What's your thoughts on this, man?
I just want to first of all salute white people for standing up for something. Something for the country. You know what I mean? I like what that lady was saying about the 5G. I don't know nothing about 5G. It sounded good what she was saying. Salute to white people for standing up, man. You rarely ever see black people fighting for causes like this. You know what I mean? You don't really see black people really fighting for stuff that really matters for the country. Because this mass thing, we don't know where this thing lead to. All this forcing people to do things. This is when black people really need to be standing up. Because this is going to affect us the most. Well, all this, you ain't got your mask on now, we could beat your damn ass. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe it's because we don't feel like it's our country. Maybe they don't make us feel a part of, so we don't participate in the country figuring this bullshit out. You know what I mean?
See, that's the wrong way to look at it. This is our country. Nobody can't make you feel like this your country. Shoot, did the Indians make the white people feel like this was their country? No, they just started taking shit over. They made it their own.
They were real hospitable.
See, black people want. That's why I say about black people. Black people want people to kiss their ass. Nobody not finna kiss your ass. What make yourself at home? Shoot, white people don't ask for permission. Fuck it.
Schoolboy.
Oh yeah, this is our home. This is our homeland. You know, my people been here for, over 100 years. At least. So can't tell me this ain't my country. Every major war in modern history, we have representation. We got land here, so this is our land. However, we all know that everybody doesn't have the same access to all the civil and economic rights that are afforded everybody else. It just is what it is. We got to do a little bit different.
That's not
business.
true either.
In your opinion,
before you go into it, Redemption Song 76 says white folks are unhinged. Same folks that will place the life of Fido over yours. That's a good point.
What is Fido?
A dog.
Oh.
They'll give somebody more time for dog fighting than they'll give somebody time for killing a young black boy.
Yeah, but I don't like that narrative you just put out, Schoolboy, where you just said that we're not afforded the same economic resources as everybody else. Be honest now. If you have lived your life responsible in America, no matter what color you are, you're gonna make some money. You're gonna get it if you trying to get some paper. Now, see what black people mostly messed up is we start off behind because we be set up by our families. We be born in a house we be born in single parent households. That's already a setback right there. You know what I mean? Of course, you're gonna have it hard if you got one parent in the household. That's already a setback. So we got generations of that going on. So I don't subscribe to that. I think we have the same economic opportunities. We just our personal decisions as black people set us back. Us having all these damn kids as men, I don't have no kids, but men having all these different baby mamas and stuff, of course it's gonna be harder for you in America. Yes, you set yourself back. That ain't got nothing to do with the system. If you ain't got no kids, you're gonna get you trying to get some shit popping, you're gonna get it.
But what does systemic racism mean?
What does it mean?
Okay. I'm just saying, like, systemic racism you can't really describe it by talking about what I'm doing well.
It doesn't exist. That's what I'm saying. I never seen a black person.
How do you know it doesn't exist? Hold on. How do you know it doesn't exist if you don't know what it is?
Because it doesn't. I never seen a black person in America that was trying to be successful and didn't happen for them. I just never seen it.
You're answering my question for me, but you still haven't really answered my question.
Yes.
How do you know what it is if you don't?
I know what they say it is. They trying to say it's systematic things that were put in place by the government, like redlining, stuff like that. But all that stuff
Is
is
that
just
true?
no. That's made up. That's another stuff that was made up by black people.
What?
See, black people. Let me tell you. I'm gonna do this real quick, Logic. I'm gonna explain that real quick.
All right,
Black
please.
people, stuff happened to black people, and they automatically explain it away without even looking at it. By okay, this not happened to the white people. This only happened to me because I'm black. That's not necessarily true. Redlining was about government loans. Okay, government loans. They were trying to protect their money just like any other business. Yes, they did not loan to black people because they felt like black people wasn't going to pay back, which they proven in a couple different occasions that they wasn't. That's all that was about.
That's bullshit.
They didn't trust us with money.
Hold on, I hear your point though. But all right, so check it out. I'm gonna interject now, but I want to read some of these comments before I interject. First off, my homeboy Chris says, "Well, white people standing up, not just for something, stand up for what's right." That's a good point as well, because they would definitely stand up for some bullshit. Redemption Song 76 is having a heart attack over there. All right, so let me read some of her comments. I know she's bugging out. She says, "Oh hell no, loan industry is notorious with this. Even if you have the great credit hiring practices." Good point. You can't deny redlining. You would just explain what you meant by that, but she said you can't deny redlining. And then she says,
that happened, but it was a reason for it, and it wasn't just because you're black. Trust me.
Well, that's not according to.
And it go back to what I was saying first. It's because all of the single parent households, the neglect of family in the black community.
We heard you.
So nobody ain't gonna give no single mama no money. No.
All right, you heard you. Let me interject a little bit. First of all, I hear what you're saying on your take of the loan part of redlining. But however, redlining wasn't just about loans. It was about making sure we couldn't live in certain neighborhoods. So it might have not been about you just can't get the loan. Is you can't get the loan to live in a certain neighborhood. That's why. Wait, hold on.
I hear you.
That's why, that's literally hence the term redlining, as in actually lining a part of a community to where you can live in. And
that shouldn't be existing.
No, it shouldn't. We should be able to live.
No way. You can't have them niggas in the hood coming with civilized people trying to live. Logic.
Here's the thing.
Logic.
Everybody black is not a nigga in the hood.
But how can we distinguish? We not finna go around checking everybody's background. Logic. You got activities that's going on in the hood that black people don't even want to be a part of. Come on, man.
Look, so
black people that want black redlining is for black people too.
This is what I was going to.
You got to set it up at an economic base. Who got the money? That's how we're going to determine who's civil. Because we're not going to go around looking at everybody and asking questions.
So
we're going to see if you got the money to live in this place, so what civilized people don't have to worry about the nigga shit. Come on, now.
The whole concept of civilized people sounds crazy. It's just like you're insinuating we savages, but
no, you got some trailer trash people that white people don't want around too. That's what I'm saying. We always base it on the color and take everything personal.
Hear what you're saying.
White people don't want trailer trash around.
Yes, but redlining had nothing to do with trailer trash and civilized white folk.
How do we know?
We know because of what Redemption Song 76 says. She says she studied this as well, sociologist / criminologist here. And my wife is a sociologist. So there's books in my house even where the information just trickled down, and it's sickening the more you learn. It's sickening.
This is what I'm saying.
Redlining was simply about your black ass staying in a neighborhood.
Yes, it was. If you black, stay in the black community. If black people so good, how about this? How about we take the red line in the places that we at and make it a paradise? Instead of worrying about what they doing. Black people, we could make the hood a paradise.
All right, check it out. I hear what you're saying with that.
We don't have to go trying to live with white people. That don't make sense. Why don't we just build up the hood to what white people want to come live with us?
I hear what you're saying about that. I really do believe we should fix our neighborhoods. However,
why are we trying to run to another piece of land? It's just a piece of land. And we want to be around white people too bad. That's the problem.
That is a problem. But hold on. Listen what I'm saying. They do things to make sure their neighborhoods. Stop it. Listen. Just listen.
They make sure they don't have all these single families in their neighborhood. That's what they do.
We can get to that because I have a point for that as well. But we can get to that. But they do things to make sure that those neighborhoods actually get more resources, more government resources. than our neighborhoods.
With black people, we always talk about we don't feel welcome in this country. Let's stop worrying about the government. Let's pull our resources together and do it as black men in the community.
Do what?
Let's do that.
Do what?
Whatever we need, whatever the government ain't doing for us that we need, let's do it. Let's do it ourselves.
You realize that that's not the way anybody else in this country does that, right?
It's sorry, but it's going to make us stronger as a people.
That's not that's for you. See, so it sounds like you're talking about, well, we're supposed to be more moral and more.
No, I ain't saying we supposed to be moral, but I'm saying if somebody don't want to help us, let's go ahead and do it for ourselves. If
we're going to have
get
to,
on MTV,
but we're also going to have to
I
hold
gotta
those
go
people
do my
accountable.
Hold on,
because if we're gonna
talk over each other. Go ahead, schoolboy.
We're also going to have to hold those people accountable, because that's the social contract. I pay taxes and you funnel money back into my community to help my community. But you're not going to overstack us all and then deprive us of economic resources and then say, based on the fact that you've been deprived of economic resources, so you don't have enough economic resources to put in the pot in the first place, we're going to stack more people on top of you and expect you to do the same thing we're doing with more people and less resources.
That's not true either. They're not stacking more people on top of us. We constantly having kids that we know we can't afford to take care of.
The project isn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Built.
If we know
it's not planned the same way.
You got black families that have been broke for the last 50, 100, 200 years and still having damn kids.
All right,
at an over-alarming rate.
All right, so check it out. Redemption Song 76 says, exactly, John, my dad faced severe racism when home buying as an officer in the Army post-Vietnam, which is crazy. Somebody shouts out Schoolboy, says that my homeboy Schoolboy. Yes, that is. So check this out. Speaking of the hood and, you know, the big family thing and what Schoolboy says, overpopulating these neighborhoods and then giving us less resources.
We overpopulate neighborhood, not white people.
No.
We doing that to ourselves.
Hold on. Me personally, I grew up in the project. Listen. I grew up in the project. Check it out. One building. And this is not about just if there is single parent homes or not. One building, 6 floors, 5 families a floor. Then that block has about 10 or more buildings. And that's before you cross the street to the other 10. And that doesn't have anything to do with the buildings on the next block. You see what I'm saying? And then you got these neighborhoods where it's blocks on blocks of these buildings. So we absolutely are stuff like sardines in a small community and then giving less resources. And then when you talk about the single parents, and when you talk about single parent homes, I just want to give kudos to the black men that I know, because I could count probably on one hand the black men that I know that are not in the same home with their child, and even then they have a relationship and they provide for that child. You see what I'm saying?
But still, you're not building no economic base because you're splitting the income. Instead of bringing all the money into one home, he's going over there taking care of his over cost of living, and she got to take care of her over cost of living. You can't build anything substantial like that.
My point is that I know
you spread yourself too thin.
My point is most of my homeboys are married.
Blame that on white people.
No, most of my homeboys are married and then living in the same home with their children. You know what I mean? So I think that's a myth.
That's not no myth. You just said it was buildings of this going on. You just said it was buildings of buildings. These buildings empty.
Families. I said families. I didn't say single family.
No. And even still, if it's a nigga living up in the projects like that, he ain't worth the damn probably no way. So he just like a woman. He's not gonna add to the black community.
That's bullshit.
How is he gonna add to the black community?
How's he gonna add to the black community?
He probably up in the project doing some dumb
tap dancing audio. Somebody find it.
Why it gotta be tap dancing? Because I'm telling the truth.
It's okay to
But hey, I like when black people say that, because black people always got a name, got a joke, but they never say what you're saying is not true. They never say that.
I'm saying
we've said it.
I'm saying what I said is not true.
The part where you said that they didn't give the loans to black people because they didn't think they would pay them back. That's bullshit.
Yes.
And the part you said redlining was solely based on the loans. It's not solely on the loans. It's about not wanting us to live outside of a certain neighborhood.
Hold on. Here's the proof of that. There's actually a study that was done. Hold on. There's a study that I want to say was done by the University of Minnesota, but they were talking about the fact that it was called a racial covenant, which was a private agreement between two private citizens, which couldn't be influenced by the government, right? But it was hard to sell a home in Minneapolis, I want to say, if you didn't have that in your deed. Basically saying you cannot sell this home to a black family. Those homes now, which originated with those racial covenants, are worth $500,000 in neighborhoods of half. So they were able to pass those homes down, and black people couldn't even participate. Hold on. That means, though, that they've lost out on a lot of that economic value and the things that they're going to have to do to give, their inheritance to their people. Like that's a big deal. That they're not their reality isn't 20 families on a square block. That's not their reality. And that makes a difference.
Do you believe in God? Do you believe in Jesus?
No, I don't know what you mean by that.
Do you believe? Are you a Christian?
What does that mean?
Do you subscribe to the beliefs of the Bible scriptures?
Yeah, of course.
So I believe that I believe in the Bible. All that stuff could be true. Say it is true, okay?
God will make your Testament and the New Testament. I'm just asking.
Anything, but God will make your enemy your footstool. Look at white people now.
Specific.
Look at white people now. They population dropping. Their people is dropping. Their numbers is dropping. They fucking kids is fucking smoking all their money up on heroin and shooting up every fucking thing. They not even having a good life. Most of them. We can't worry about other people. That's why I don't like about black people. We looking at white people too much. We can't go back and fix the past. How about we do the stuff we can do, like fix up the hood and make the hood so nice to where they want to come live in the hood with us.
That's exactly what happened.
How about we start fixing our character and start organizing ourselves a little better?
Hold on.
That's what we can do.
Hold on. That's a good point, but that's exactly what happened in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and Flatbush, Brooklyn, and a bunch of other neighborhoods in New York. We got these great restaurants. We got the flavor. We put so much culture into the community. It's so vibrant. It's so fun to live in. And then what happened? They took that. They taking that shit right from under us. They took it right from under us.
Black people like to have everybody come through. Black people like to have white people around. Like to do this. We don't like to set boundaries for our own shit. We don't know how to tell white people get the fuck on out of our shit. We don't want you around. We be, come on in. Come on, get you some of these good old greens. Yeah. Right, we be happy to see them. So they're gonna come through and take over. All right, we always allowed them to do that to us. We need to get to the point we say, get the fuck from around us, please. Thank you.
But would you be with us if we did that? Would you be one?
Yes, I would. I'm not gonna be with y'all with the complaining and blaming. No, I'm not doing that. Hold
on. Here's the other thing about like, because what happens is there's this whole people need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, right? I'm just gonna ask a question.
I didn't say that, but that sounds that's old way of saying it. But
that's fine. That's fine. That's cool. So you're agreeing with that. But then if we really look at that statement, right, that doesn't make any sense at all. Have you ever like laid yourself down on the ground? And you know what I'm saying, and then held your feet and stood yourself up? It doesn't make sense.
All right, so
you see what I'm saying? And the other thing about it is that they don't tell you the fact that, well, we've also stapled your soles to the bottom of the floor, so you can't really move your feet either. Like there's other things that you're not taking into account.
See, that's the thing too. Black people gotta get.
I'm not gonna make it long. I'm not gonna make it long, but I say that to say this: other people were not excluded as such. What you have to do to really put that money back into
wasn't excluded. What about the people in third world countries? They excluded from every motherfucking thing. What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about people in third world countries. I'm talking about people who are citizens.
You talking about the blessed motherfuckers that's already in America, that all they gotta do is make a little bit of opportunity for themselves. You talking about them motherfuckers?
So I didn't finish what I was going to say. Okay. All right. So what I was going to say though is that, like, if you look at this, let's look at a company as big as Google. Google started off as a government contractor, and this is what I've been saying all week. Google started off as a government contractor. A lot of companies and a lot of economic bases have come off the fact that people were municipality contractors, federal contractors. Getting those contracts is important because it creates the economic basis of the community. That's where all the money is going. That's the coffer for everybody to create change in their communities that they want to see done. The issue is that we're excluded from those processes. We got to really advocate when we put people in position put those contracts back into the community's hands. Don't just have somebody, because you'll see a black community, a road is getting worked on, and you won't see a single black person out there working on that road. Why is that?
Black people don't like to work. No,
Yo, so Redemption says, side note, my family owns a beach home in Maryland, a historic community that was established based on segregation. Upper class blacks could not integrate to many beach areas. She says her mom's manly family once owned the beach home that's in my family. I think she's correct in that. Mom's Mabley. And then she says, Google Columbia Beach MD segregation. So that's a little homework for you, J.Doug. I believe.
No, there's nothing wrong with segregation. Black people need to start practicing segregation. Oh, it's nothing wrong with segregation. Y'all be thinking everything is bad to black people. No, black people just need to know how to practice stuff and use it to their benefit. We need to practice segregation. We need to get the motherfucking foreigners and all these Chinese people out of our neighborhood too. Yes, we need to be doing the same thing. Black people just too damn nice. We all want to be nice. We want to be nice to everybody else, and we want people to be nice to us. Fuck that. That's not how human beings work. Human beings protect their property. They protect their territory. Whatever territory you got, I don't give a fuck. It's a project fucking step. Don't make sure nobody don't fuck with your step. Segregate on your damn step. Yes. What's wrong with that? I don't get it.
All right. So, speaking of not, I guess,
what's wrong with the segregation? That's what I want to know. What's wrong with black people practicing segregation?
Hey, look, you get no argument from you there. You know what I mean?
But why we mad at white people for doing it?
I think if we're going to do that, then we need to do it right. They need to give us a nice portion.
Nobody's not going to give us. We got to just do it.
They need to
get an independent thing.
Nobody's
not going to give you no power.
Listen, we need a nice portion of this country. If we're going to do the segregation thing, we need a nice portion of the country.
No, I just said practice segregation, even if you got a project step. Practice it there.
All right, then
we'll start somewhere.
Check it out. We're gonna go to a quick video. Sister, we kind of went left off of the topics that we wanted to go on. This whole topic came from us talking about people wearing masks. So I don't know how we got here, but I want to show you something that's going on in Brooklyn right now. People are actually protesting the gentrifiers that are coming out, gentrifying black communities. And it's not. And I also want to say it's not only black communities being gentrified. There are poor white neighborhoods being gentrified as well. Just want to throw that out there. However, to speak to your point, I want to show you some of your people going against the gentrification in Brooklyn. So check this out.
And by the way, I say white people won't be able to gentrify if y'all own some shit. But go ahead, play that. Black people used to live there. Black people used to live there. Fire, fire, gentrifier. Fire, fire, gentrifier. Fire, fire, gentrifier. Gentrifier. Oh my God. Black people used to live here. Gentrifiers. Fire, fire, gentrifiers. 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 Black people are just bullies. That's it. All we have is intimidation. We lie. Why don't we own? If we used to live, what did that mean? Did we used to own some shit?
Yeah.
If we owned it, then how we don't own it now?
Because people forcibly took you off of that land, and then the police said, "Get out of here."
No. I'm talking about did we used to own the places we stayed in Brooklyn?
There are people.
Some of them, yes. Some of them, yes. What about Central Park? Central Park. What about Central Park?
Hey,
Did you know the story about Central Park?
No, we're not talking about history. See, black people like to go to history too much. Let's talk about right now.
Wait, what?
What happened to the?
You just said what happened. What if you're gonna say what happened to? If you're gonna say did we? That's history. Did we?
No. Why are we in this situation? If we owned it, we must have what? Sold it to some white people.
How do you know it was sold? A lot of times these things were taken and it wasn't
How was
allowed
they
to
were
be
taken?
had.
How they were taken in recent times? How was they taken now? I know back in the day somebody could ride up in a horse with a gun and with a musket and take your shit. I'm talking about
Well,
right now how
musket. You
they
don't
took
need
it.
a musket. Listen, if right now the police came to your house and said, you know what, we're about to build a train depot, and here goes some eminent domain paperwork. Get the hell out of here. What are you gonna do?
Get your ass up out of here. That's the government. Go
Yeah,
find
and
you
that's
somewhere
what
else to
happens.
say.
And that's what happens. And that's my point. Is that they create policies that create these situations. And there's ways to plan a city so that you plan to put people in position to lose and move industry around them and also move their position over and over again over generations. That's
And Jay,
warfare.
hold on, Jay.
That's what it is.
And there is jobs and people who study actually city planning. Just so you know,
right?
Sasuke Simon 6 says, agree with Jay. Lots of resources available. Just need to learn where to find and how to
Like
act.
I said,
Thank
become
you.
a government contractor and all the money is there. Look at where so what happened. Let's say inside of a defined boundary, you're already living within a defined boundary. When you pay your taxes, it goes into that defined boundary. Within that defined boundaries, there are things that the city and the state and the government want to do in that defined boundary. Do that for them and take the rest of the money off the table. That's what we're supposed to be doing as a community. Take those contracts. But if they're going to give the contract to somebody who lives 50, 70 miles down the road, how does that help you?
But
Now
what
you
is it?
got-
Nobody in the neighborhood that do the job good. It's not
then
always about race.
it's not
Sometimes
about
we
if they
can't
can
find the
do. It's not
person.
about if they can do the job
Sometimes,
good.
listen.
It's not about if
Sometimes the city be trying to say. Normally, what it is, they trying to save money and they gonna go with whoever with the lowest bid.
I hear
It
you
ain't
on
got nothing
that.
to do with
Here's the
color.
thing.
Who gonna save
You're
us
worried
some
about the
money and
wrong
do the
thing.
job right?
You're worried about the wrong thing.
No, because I don't like to narrow stuff down just because he black, he white, he got it. Let's think about
That's
something
that's
else.
that's
Maybe
because it's
he's charging a
uncomfortable,
cheaper
but
price.
that doesn't mean
Maybe
it's
he
not
do
a
a better
factor.
job than me.
Doesn't mean that it's not a factor. And because we know it's a factor, because we
No,
know
we
it's a
don't
factor,
know it's a factor.
yeah,
That
we
can't even
do.
be
We
proven.
do.
All right,
We
well,
do.
listen.
And that's the game. That's the game. That's the game that white supremacy plays. I mean, we
That's
know
what I'm
what it is.
saying. That's the game. But white people, the game is to keep black people on the hamster wheel with this racism thing.
And
It's
that's why
gonna
you
never
say, hey,
end.
because it's never
When we
going to
gonna get
end.
to a
Okay.
point where it's never
Because you just
racism?
you hold
I'm
on,
not
hold
gonna
on,
blame
hold
white
on.
man till I die.
Schoolboy,
You want me to blame white people till I die?
all right, so Schoolboy, answer that, and then we can move on. Go ahead. Are we blaming white people till we die?
I'm not gonna blame anybody. I'm saying that there's certain actions you have to take. And to say that, well, there's racism, so I'm not gonna take any action, that's ridiculous. The only action you're gonna say, well, I'm gonna pull myself by my bootstraps. I'm gonna go to my landlord this week, and when he say, where's the rent? I'm gonna say, well, I'm pulling myself up by my bootstraps. He gonna say, that's cool, don't worry about the rent no more.
No, that's not how it works. You tell him I'm bossing up. I'm pulling myself up out this by my bootstrap. I'll be out here by the end of the year.
So
or
when
I'll
we
be
say
buying this motherfucker.
okay, when we say we're gonna take,
We're going.
all right.
Sum it up so we can.
Right. So I'm gonna just say this again. Part of taking what we deserve and what we've earned and what we're supposed to be entitled to is saying to the community leaders in our communities, do not go outside of this community to find someone to benefit from this activity within our community. I don't care if somebody else comes in and says, well, I can offer it at a low cost. That's fine. 70% of the people who you hire to do this job, they need to come from this community. That means that you have to hire a manager and teach the rest of them how to do it. Figure that shit out on your own. But that's the cost of doing business here, and that's what they should do because they want the money anyway. So we need that money to come back into our community somehow, some way.
Sum it up, bro.
And I want to say this real quick. Black people, we do have tax money coming to our community. And the reason why the government don't use that to make our community better, because black people, we spend all our tax money taking care of these single mothers and doing stuff like that. So long as we got our money going towards that in the community, yes, we cannot have people coming through and getting these government contracts and stuff. See, we got to go back to the root of things so we can have this money.
All right, check it out. We're not the majority of people on welfare, but before we go into that, or before I sum anything up, I want to read these comments. I want to give these people their credit because they're engaging in the conversation. Devlin says they will never give us anything. We got to take it. Anika says many times we try to reinvent the system, when we really just need to learn how to work the wheel.
Thank you.
All right. Chris says, yeah, it was Black Wall Street. J.Doug hates people bringing that up. Redemption Song 76 says real estate developers took it over. True indeed. Theft of intellectual property for one. So that's a good point as well. You thief our intellectual property. How can we monetize off of the things we invent? Because we all know there were a lot of great black inventors. Anika also says the Kardashians say hi. Stay stealing from lesser known folks. Redemption.
I'm trying to get with the Kardashians, boo. Straight up.
Redemption says good old boys network regarding contract allocation, to speak to what Schoolboy was saying. Chris says in Black Wall Street we had business that was black owned, but the whites had to come and destroy it because we was at the time making success. And Redemption says exactly, Schoolboy. Go ahead.
I wanted to say something real quick about Black Wall Street. Anytime you're trying to build, somebody may come and destroy. You know what I mean? You got to rebuild and you got to fight back. I don't know what you think about once like we lose one little battle, we don't want to fight no more. You don't think white country were trying to destroy America and came over here and destroyed America? They had to build it back. White people destroyed countries and they had to rebuild it. Then they destroyed Vietnam and all that shit. They had to build their shit back up.
All right, well, I want to sum up how I feel about the resources being allocated in our communities. And I want to say this, check this out. I know firsthand from people I know who wasn't raised in communities like mine that education is taken way more serious, and not just from the family, from the people providing the education, right? In other communities. Hold on. It's a well-known fact that in our community, we get these old-ass textbooks and we get these teachers, like Schoolboy was talking about, from outside of our community that come into our community and they teach us without challenging us to reach our full potentials. They don't give us any idea that. Let me ask you: when you were young and you were going to school, how young, if ever, did you get people to enforce how important going to a good college was, higher education?
That's nobody's job outside the house to do that. That's your parents' responsibility. If somebody else do it, that's nice, good for you. But if nobody don't do it, that's already supposed to be done by your parents.
Answer the question. And when you were in school, was there a community of people that were fostered by the teachers that were pushing you guys to go after higher education and showing you how to get on track? Because that is their job. They're the teachers. They're supposed to teach you how to stay on track to get to a better school, how to get to a better school. That's their job. They're the fucking teachers in the school system. So it should be the school system job to teach you how to excel in the school system. Did you have that in your school? Because I didn't.
I had some. The information was there if you wanted to access.
Yeah, they put the shit on the wall. Knowledge.
Nobody's not going to force it down your throat. Everybody I know who wanted to access that information, they got it.
No, see what I'm saying? It was forced down everyone else's throat. A knowledge is power pamphlet on the wall, fly on the wall is not enough. You understand what I'm saying? It's not enough. And then when you get older, you realize, damn, I could have did this, I could have did that, I could have went to this school.
But that's not the system fault. That's your parents' fault.
It's the system's fault as well. Yes, it is.
No, it's your parents' fault.
It is the school system's fault.
I never hear black people blame their parents for nothing, really.
Listen, my mother used to tell me this. If I used to get like a 75 on a test, right? If I come home with a 75, 9 times out of 10, when the teacher gave me that 75, and I'm taking it back to elementary school because it's that real. And I was in one classes, the quote unquote one classes, the smart class. They give you a test, you do okay. You get a 75, you get a 70. The teacher tells you good job. I come home with that test, my mother's had it up to here. She's furious. I'm like, why are you furious? The teacher told me I did good. I passed the test. And you know her answer what? You know what her answer to me was? Because they wouldn't tell her child that in her community. And that's what I'm saying.
She can't prove that. See, that's the problem. That's the problem.
I know people from these other communities.
Listen,
I know
we start instilling this. That's hatred, bro. That's hatred.
Not hate. And listen, I know people from other communities that went to other type of schools, that went to private schools, even my wife that went to a private school. And guess what? They did not raise them kids like that. They would not tell them they did good with a 75.
That is not no setback for the black community. That means nothing, bro. That means nothing. No,
if it's not,
that's your parents.
If it's not a setback, at very least it's a trap. My mother tried her hardest, but guess what? When I go to school and the teacher's still telling me I do good and I'm doing good, better than maybe a few kids around me and everybody else. Listen, your parent can tell you what they want, but when you go into the world is going to influence you.
But I know plenty of white kids that the teachers, I would have white people in my school, and it was white teachers that didn't fuck with white kids. In my school, if they was a fuck up, if they looked like they was just a hopeless child, white people is not finna give you no special priority over the black students. No. White people don't like fuck up white people. Let's be honest. White people don't like trashy, no good white people. They can have them in their damn family. It's about character, bro. That's all it is about. If your mama wanted you to get more than a 75, she can't go say, well, if you was white, she would be pushing you a little harder. No, that's nothing you tell a kid. Number one, you already instilling. No. What time was that? One real quick. You instilling that automatic internal excuse that black people already have for every little thing. White people. They start us that at a young age.
That's not an excuse.
Oh, if white people are doing this, if you was white, they'll be doing this. You don't tell kids shit like that. You tell kids you're doing bad because of you. That's your situation. You need to do better. Nothing to do with other people. It don't have you. That can't even be proven.
It is proven. It is proven. I know people that went to these other schools and they actually had a totally different bringing when it comes to education.
Here goes.
Can you acknowledge that white people don't like other trashy white people? That if you a fuck up white person, they won't fuck with you either.
That's
not gonna just fuck with you because you white.
But hold on, what's that guy's name? What about Harvey Weinstein? He was a fucking dickhead. Everybody loved him.
Harvey Weinstein was rich.
Okay,
rich,
but he was still he was still a slime ball, and everybody knew this.
Rich. Yes, because
his character was low. He had a low character.
Money. He had money.
Still, but he got the money. He got the money despite the fact that he had low character. Okay, my point again. But here's the other thing. Let's talk about education for a moment since we were there. When I spent a summer at Princeton, right, doing a summer camp. When I was there, I was working with people who actually went to that school, right? And I was like, man, I should apply. Like I had an application, and I never sent it in. Okay. But when I get there, you know what I find out? They don't even get A's, B's, C's, D's, or F's. You know what they get? A pass, motherfucking fail. So that means that the C student who did C work got the same grade as the A student who did A work, and they both got a Princeton degree.
So what's the problem?
That's not necessarily a problem. That's not necessarily a problem until you realize that in order for you to get there, you either have to have that same kind of system, or you have to have teachers saying, "Hey, I know you did C work. It's all good." Because see, that teacher was giving this man a 70-something. Doesn't mean that the work wasn't A quality. It just means that she graded it as a C.
That's fine.
But that means that when he gets out of school, it looks like he's a C student, but he was performing on par with the other students that were doing pass fail.
Sir, stop that. Either you got it's no.
It is what it is.
It's no. He could have did A quality work, and he got.
It's facts.
Either he got the answers right, or he got
the answers wrong. That's not true. That's not true.
He followed the book, or he didn't.
That's not true, bro. I'm saying that as a student, like, come on, bro. My name is I'm a schoolboy for a reason. I did a lot of school. I remember going through school and being in advanced writing classes all through school. Never got less than an A in any writing class that I ever took, unless I just didn't do the work. One teacher gave me C's throughout the class, and I never had another teacher like that. But she was a fucking racist. It just is what it is. She wasn't fucking with me just off that. I'm gonna give him a C because his GPA is not gonna be 3-point anything when he gets out of this classroom. It didn't matter that my work was on par.
Because you black.
Yeah. So other students didn't have this issue.
I
would come into the classroom reading.
She might have just thought, why people don't boil it down to like, maybe she think I'm not that cute. If it's about looks, if you can automatically say she's doing this because I'm black, why won't you even consider maybe she doing this because she don't find me attractive?
I was the only black student in the classroom.
It don't matter. You might have just not have found you attractive.
Well, then maybe it's still the American standards of beauty then, which is white and skinny and blonde head. So anyway, let me.
But you can't prove that, just like you can't prove it because you.
You can prove it. You can prove it. You can prove
I
it.
could prove that she might have didn't like you because of the way you look. How many hoes said, "Nah, I ain't fucking with you because you the way you look"?
She's a teacher. That's not her job.
It don't matter.
Yo, check this out. Check this out, J.Doug.
Your look is distracting.
Check this out, J.Doug. There's a thing called social. There's a thing.
Somebody told her like a thumb.
Yo, check this out. There's a thing called sociology. I want you to look into that. My wife is a sociologist, and she proves these things all the time with facts. But anyway, so check it out. Chris says when he was in school, it was very few teachers that were telling us about furthering our education. Anika says, so true, Ja. When I wanted to buy my first home, I was asking about it before I had any resources to do so. The response I got from blacks and whites was to do XYZ. No. Come back to me when you do whatever. I hold a grudge to this day. Why? Because I was asking for information to plan my future. Give us the highest standard and information. The resources are there. Redemption says I choose to go to HBCU over GWU, where I had been accepted as well. She chose to go to a black college over GW. Stuck B was good, boy. Stuck B, fuck out of here, says JahLogic and friends. Salute. Redemption Song says Epstein had no college education and lied about his credentials and got hired at a prestigious private school. Very telling. Redemption.
That's one person. That's one person
that we
got
know
money.
That we know of.
We know of. But like I was saying, if black people had their own schools, they could practice that same type of stuff. How about we get some power? Let's practice get some power so we could do the same thing. See, that's
when
what
I say
like
something about getting power, you stay off code, and that's the problem.
What?
When I say something about getting money, you get off code, and that's the issue. We always got somebody in the room like, no, don't give me no money to help me get myself up off the ground. Leave me alone. Let
I
me
didn't say that. If they got some money to give, I would take it. But I'm not finna be sitting here waiting and begging and complaining. That wastes time. Because black people been doing that for 400 years and we haven't got anything. I look like a damn fool joining in that crowd thinking in 2020 we're going to get something magically. I might as well go ahead and start trying to get some stuff done on the side versus sitting here complaining all day. I could complain with y'all for a couple minutes, but after that, I got to go get it. I'm not going to wait.
I think it's a difference between complaining and acknowledging. But anyway,
I acknowledge it, but I want to move around
it. Let's agree there, read the rest of these comments, and potentially go on to another topic. So Redemption says, social promotion, schoolboy, a doctor that graduates at the bottom of his class is still a doctor. Anika says, good point, schoolboy, and that's how you realize the people who's in these high level positions are not smarter than you. Skewed system. Anika says, by the way, how do I donate? Our names are Cash App. I'll put our names back on the screen, and you can, whoever's point you want to throw $1 to at that, you can just do it via Cash App for now. Redemption says, thank you, schoolboy. Respectability politics. Also, our Cash Apps are in the description if you're watching on YouTube, actually on Facebook as well. John Hamilton says, so tell these people how and where to get it. Well, there you go.
Go to City Hall, find out what their contracting process is, figure out where your skill set fits in, and get that money.
And when
I'm looking for technology contracts in the city. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm doing.
And when it comes to buying land in every county, there is a list that you can research that has properties who you can just buy it with just paying the taxes off. So you could get buildings out there. They might not be up to code, but you might only have to spend way less than you would be spending to buy that building outright. Pay the taxes, or you can go to these auctions as well. Just to throw that out there. So that's just a little bit of information. We're not pretending to be the experts. We are solely just giving our opinions to each other as respectably as possible. We all have respect for each other, and we just using these the issues of the day to land on these topics. So I don't know. Do we want to continue with the COVID update, or do we want to move on to something else?
Let's get to Jada. I want to talk about Jada. I want to talk about something a little lighter.
Ooh.
I kind of agree with you. So let me go on and pull this up. But as you may know.
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear.
Oh, damn.
So
you gotta let things breathe.
And that lady wasn't even like no sexy woman. Like that's like the type of woman you get mad. She tell you ain't got no underwear on. You be like, and I don't got no underwear on right now. You like, bitch, why don't you just have a little more respect for your damn self? You is a nasty. You is a lady. Now, if she was fine, you'd be like, you got no underwear on. Let me see what you wearing up under there. You trying to get some then.
All right, so check it out. We kind of went there with the mask thing turned into politics and it turned into sociology and everything else. So we're gonna move on to something more lighter. On a lighter note, it's well known that Jada's side dude blew her up, and we're talking about Jada Pinkett. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of this article before I play this video, and this comes to us from E! Online. Jada Pinkett Smith denies August claims that Will Smith gave him a blessing for their relationship. And this says Jada Pinkett Smith's reps shot down August's allegations that they were in years-long relationship while she and Will Smith were in a life partnership. And let me see. Let me just play this video. It's a short video. Let's see what's going on with this video.
We all deserve.
Okay, what we don't want to do is play this commercial because they ain't pay us. So let me get that out the way really quick. Bear with us. Yeah, so I definitely want to see what this man was saying. I kind of saved it till this morning to watch any of his claims. I just heard a lot of people talking about it. And I do think it's an interesting topic, nevertheless. I'm not a gossip blogger, neither is anybody up here, but
I am.
This oh, you are? Okay, well, all right, J.Doug. This is a little interesting.
Right August Alsina claims he and Jada Pinkett Smith had an affair and says Will Smith was fine with it. August makes the allegations during an interview with the Breakfast Club co-host Angela Yee posted to his YouTube channel.
And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, you know, not involving romanticism. Mm-hmm. He gave me his blessing.
Alsina alleges the couple's son, Jaden Smith, introduced him to the family in 2015. The following year, he joined the Smiths on vacation in Hawaii. August and Jada also attended the 2017 BET Awards together. He adds in the interview,
and this conversation is difficult because there's so much that it would be hard for people to understand. But once it starts to affect me in my livelihood, I have to speak up about my truth. I'm only responsible for myself, right? I'm only responsible for, you know, what I do. When I'm repressing and suppressing things and it starts to affect me, I have to address.
E! News has reached out to Jada and Will's reps for comment. Jada's rep has told Page 6 and TMZ August's allegations are absolutely not true.
Okay. There's the video. It speaks for itself.
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear.
That's going to be a soundbite. I'm going to have to program that to my system. So I'm going to let J.Doug start on this, man.
I was taking mental notes while I was watching the video. First thing I want to say, if I was Jaden Smith, I'd be mad that my mama is a thought. All right, I bring you around the family. I bring somebody around the family, and you as a married woman fuck him and start a whole relationship. Yeah, nah, mom's a thought ass mom. That's a thought ass move on mama end. We need to move a little more respectfully. I would want you to as my mom, but I believe August Alsina, but I just don't like the move August Alsina made. I feel like if this was a dark skinned brother, this wouldn't have been made. A move like this wouldn't have been made. He would have held it down. And I also think he was
you
depending on
pro-black?
that money.
Now you pro-black, J.Doug?
No, I'm not pro-black. I'm just saying I know how dark skin. I know us dark skinned fellas. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna get all our feelings into it like him. He all sitting there. Oh, my heart strings is hurt. My love is blocked. This is a married woman. You was getting married pussy. You was supposed to be getting your gigolo on. That's
And
it.
shutting the hell up.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was. Yo, you wasn't even supposed to fall in love. It's like
boy.
it was. It's just like it's the
He
weakest shit
gave
I ever
everybody
seen.
a L. Thank you. He
It's
gave
the
everybody
weakest.
a L. I feel bad for him.
He ruined his career. He didn't have much of a career, but with that move, he blackballed himself from A-list Hollywood. Number one,
right?
And number two, who gonna fuck with you on some secret shit?
Exactly.
So my question is, who is this nigga?
He that guy. He had that one song. Girl,
What
I
one
love
song?
this shit. Girl, I love this shit. I love it.
Oh my
I
god.
love it. He had one
I
song, literally.
think I know the song. I
He
think.
got one song. He got that old pussy.
Yeah. So speaking of that, so somebody says, let me see. I think somebody in the comments.
Excuse me.
So Redemption says August was messy as hell. I hate it when women do that too. John Hamilton said he couldn't handle that season coochie. Redemption says that family is on some odd shit, which is kind of where I'm about to come at it with. Redemption also says dark skin has nothing to do with it. J.Doug.
No, dark-skinned men do not carry on like that. You know that to be a fact. Especially if we already know the situation.
That's what we know to be a fact. Not redlining, but dark-skinned niggas keeping their mouth.
No, nah. You can't prove redlining. You can prove it, but not for the reason that y'all saying it. It's a fact, but it's not for what y'all saying it's for. Redlining was a good thing.
All right, so
redlining was a blessing.
No, but Redemption says he's done. John says exactly what's wrong. Something wrong with Dude, and Redemption says he had a banger with Nicki Minaj as well. Okay, I'll look.
Oh yeah, I forgot that little song you had with Nicki, and I still don't remember it. I still don't, but I remember it was a white and black video. Let me see what that song was called. That shit was hard. I forgot that song.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. Schoolboy, I hear a little echo from your side. Are you playing it as well from your laptop or something?
Don't think so.
All right.
Let me see that song he had with Nicki. I forgot that joint.
All right. So,
No Love. I forgot how No Love go.
So check it out. This is how I feel about it. I feel like I said, first of all, who's this nigga? You know what I mean? Would you guys answer that question? And I do feel like that family is super, super freaky. You know what I mean? I remember a while back, there was a picture of the daughter. I believe her name is Willow, and she was underage in the bed with some white actor boy. Can somebody, you guys remember that? She was in the bed and she took some pictures with some white actor kid, and they were like on some real adult type taking pictures.
Which black young girl ain't on that type of time? That's not weird.
No, I'm not going to say all black people on that type of time, but at the same time, she did it.
Not all, but most.
She did that with, I disagree, but she did that with her parents' blessing, is what I'm saying. Like, you're out here, your family's big, and you could take these wild pictures with an overage boy. That's crazy. While you're underage. And then you got, of course, you got the son who loves, dressing real androgynous, and there's a lot of things with this family. So if you take,
he be calling Tyler Creator his boyfriend,
calling Tyler Creator his boyfriend, and all types of craziness. So it's like, if you take one isolated incident, it might look like you're gay bashing, or you're trying to bash someone for being in their sexuality. But when you put it all together, I think CPS needs to visit this home.
Not now, because they adults.
I think child services need. Oh, they're adults now.
Yeah, Jay Smith is like over 21, and Willow is over 22.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I don't think we should be hearing any advice from this family.
Of course not.
I think this show, Red Talk Table thing, where everybody sits down and spill their guts to this family, like there's some type of pillars of morality. I think that day is done. I think that day is done.
And I don't like when people be thinking that these celebrities is moral. You can't be moral in Hollywood with all that money. I'm sure they
But you said to make money the litmus test earlier, didn't you?
What's the litmus test?
Say in this country to make.
Anyway, never mind.
No, not you talking
Initiative,
about
home
Hollywood. That's
initiative.
a whole secret cult thing. I'm talking about on a smaller scale. If you want to be successful, yes, keep your life organized, have your kids responsibly. That's how you make the best financial decisions. You're not going to be successful in America if you got to pay child support. That don't have nothing to do with the white man. You knew child support was coming before you stuck a dick in the bitch and made it came in her. So yes, that could be avoided. That's one thing in your life you could have avoided that would have made your life probably 10 times better.
Like I said, most of my guys, not to get on the back on the old topic, are in the homes with their families. And
Yeah. But we can't deny that that's your guy. But we talk about community as a whole. We know as a community as a whole, that's not the case. We could try to make it seem like that to make ourselves look good in front of white people, but that's not the case for the majority of the community.
I don't know. We're gonna have to get some research. We're gonna have to do some studies on that. I'm not gonna.
If the studies come and it says that black people are gonna still say, nah, you're gonna say the same thing you just said. You're gonna say, because that is the study.
It depends who does that. It depends who does the study. But anyway,
the study is that. That's what
I'm
the
gonna
study
say
says.
this family. I'm gonna stick on the subject. I'm gonna say this family is on some freaky shit.
No, this family definitely on some freaky shit. Will Smith has been rumored to Dwayne Martin for years. They've been saying, and Tisha Campbell Martin came out yesterday kind of putting a little salt on the game and talking about, yeah, girl, they gonna lie to the end. So I don't know what they got going on up there.
Say that again. Who said that?
Tisha Campbell Martin.
She said that that they're gonna lie about their relationship.
No, they just say that she just put a little subliminal message out and said they're gonna lie to the end. She didn't say who she was talking about. But you know, they got goddamn pictures of Will Smith and Dwayne Martin on vacation together, him and some whole bunch of dudes, and I don't know.
Hey, well, listen, I think also this speaks to women picking the wrong dudes. Even if she is in some type of open relationship, why you pick this dude? Why you pick a sucker dude like this?
Right, like you didn't know he was a sucker.
All the millions of men out there that would have gladly fucked the shit out of Jada and left it alone. What made her pick this dude that will wear a pink condom on his head in an interview with Angela Yee? I don't understand it.
You gotta understand, light-skinned niggas just get pussy strictly off being light-skinned sometimes. That's the furthest it go. Bitches don't ask no other questions other than that. That's just what it is. Then that's her type, obviously. You know what I mean? He looked just like Will Smith, a younger version of Will. So that's her type. That's what she wanted. That was the easiest access.
So she likes sucking niggas. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, shoot. She liked the nigga Will when he was all in the movie playing gay and shit with men. So she married him. So that's her type. See, some women like suckers. You see that every day. You be like, why that bitch with him? Yeah. Some women prefer suckers. Just real niggas intimidate some women.
Can we get some women? Can we get some? I really wish Vanessa was here for this episode, but can we get some women in the comments to let us know why many women pick these sucker ass dudes? We need to know. We need to know. Because J.Doug would have hit it and kept it to herself. Is that what you're saying, J.Doug?
Yeah, I would have hit it and kept it to myself. But also, women get involved with these sucker dudes because they can take most of the control. See, you could tell that he didn't have no control in the relationship. That's why he feel like that. See, me, I would have been pimping so hard. I would have had a car, a house, a full closet full of designer. I would have been jewelried up. And then when she just said, you know what, we can't do this no more, I would have been like, all right, shit. But I'm pretty sure he wasn't asking for shit. See, that's another thing why he married too. He like, yo, I was fucking this bitch, and because when you were thinking it's love, you think you finna be with her forever. You ain't trying to get your pip on. You ain't asking for shit. I can guarantee you, he looked around and like, yo, I'm broke. My records ain't hot no more. Jada still lit. Will still lit. Nah, I got to get some money off that situation. That's all it be about at the end of the money. Cause once she gone for all them years, a year or so, you don't love her no more. You looking around like, damn, I could have got paid off that situation.
Schoolboy, you agree with the gigolo ways?
Absolutely. I mean, you got to get it how you live, man.
Yeah.
you know, women do it all the time. If you have an opportunity to do that, but he messed it up he messing it up because even like a woman who was thinking about it, like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off the ledge and get this young boy a try, and I'm gonna, you know, get him up to standard. She gonna be like, oh nah, you see how that nigga Alcina did Jada, and that's Jada's. I'm not finna go through all of that. I'm not finna go through all. Let me go ahead and just do what I was doing. You know, you messing up for everybody else. But I'm trying to get your grandma's SSI check. For real though.
Speaking of grandma, I wonder who Jada mom's fucking since the whole.
Ooh, mom, fine.
Yeah, I wonder.
I bang
Great
out moms.
point.
And I
Great
want to
point.
and I want to say this real quick. This is a perfect example of what happened to young boys when fathers is not in the home. I'm sorry. You can't tell me if August Alsina had a father in his life, he would not be on camera carrying on like that over Jada. There's no way
He over
around it.
there.
Yeah.
This
This is what
Angela,
happened.
Angela Yee sitting over there looking like she about to cry too.
Yes, and black women encourages that. Black women want to see black men acting like that. And that's what happened when fathers ain't in the home. That's why you have so many emotional young men right now falling in love with a married woman. Come on now. Your father, if you had a father, he would have direct you. He'd be like, yo, son, you know, don't get yourself involved and all that. And then your father wouldn't even let you walk around hurt over no shit like that. You like, yo, what's going on? Oh, Jada left me. Jada who? P.K. Smith. Will wife? Nigga, get your dumb ass up out of here talking about you in love with somebody's damn wife. Get your stupid ass. Your father will let you know some shit like that. You can tell
I
there's
will
no
say
men in his life, period.
it's definitely possible to fall in love with a woman who's married. You know, it's possible. I'm not saying I have
No,
experience with
no.
that.
Not if you already know what's going on before you get in the game.
Yes, I don't know. Schoolboy sound like you talking from experience, man.
Man, look like Schoolboy gonna fall in love with any pussy he get. You know what I'm saying? He get a little pussy, he in love. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so let me read some of these comments, man. Schoolboy not trying to tell us this story. It's all right. So let me see. Jada was creeping with Anthony Martin. It's something my homeboy Chris says.
Who is Anthony Martin?
I'm not sure. Redemption says Willow music videos on some next level fuck shit, calling themselves artistry. John Hamilton says Jada ain't been the same since Pac died. Says Will was rebound after
Niggas be talking like they know people.
I don't think
Jada ain't been the same since Pac died. Like you was around Jada and Pac. What are you talking about, man? You don't see her in the movies around that time. It wasn't even on social media. How you know how she was then?
Right. So Redemption says there is an endless amount of handsome dark-skinned men. They too busy chasing white women. I mean, J.Doug, you say he only look at white porn, so I don't know.
Interracial porn.
Interracial porn. Yeah. Well, white women. White women.
Latinos, Asian. I look at black women sometimes, but you know, I like to put a little twist in the game.
All right, Chris says.
And Schoolboy, don't be looking like you don't like white women with that Walmart t-shirt. You like white bitches, nigga. Don't play. White women come in right now, you will start talking about, yeah, redlining was a blessing. Yeah, keep these white women away. Keep y'all away from these niggas. Yeah, I feel you. Right, play that game with me, Schoolboy.
Listen.
Chris says, what about Tupac? We all know Tupac was nowhere near sucker. So
All lives matter.
I mean, that was when she was a teenager, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
And not for nothing, you know what I'm saying? Tupac wasn't super thugged out when he was a teenager neither. You know what I mean? He was an artist even then, you know what I'm saying? Before life kind of even hit him even harder. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't screaming thug life in high school. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. John, not saying Tupac was a sucker though, not by any means. John Hamilton says D Wade in his son's home. Your Redemption says facts. John says I was around then, so we don't know. I don't know. Maybe John went to high school with Tupac and Jada. I don't know.
Oh, I know he's saying D Wade is in his son's home because I said this would happen when father's not in the home. It's not going to be any different if you got another weak man in the home acting like a woman. It's going to be the same result. Because every male ain't a man. Everybody who could bust in any you could be a homosexual and come inside a woman and have a child. That don't make you a man.
It's a good point. Let me see. Chris says, I was in a relationship with a married woman, but I never fell in love with the pussy like that. Okay. Got some got fucking married women over here, huh? John says early 20s. I guess he's in his early 20s. All right, yeah. So I guess that's it for that topic. Unless Vanessa comes on. Vanessa might pull up and give her point of view on this whole situation. I know she's a critical thinker, and if you don't know who we're talking about our co-host Vanessa Smiles, who couldn't pull up earlier today, but she might stop in and give us a little, a vantage point from what females might see when they look at this weak nigga crying about this married woman. So we're gonna try to move on to the next subject, but we might hop back on. In the next subject, speaking of the pop culture, is academics, DJ Academics. We're gonna go into this guy. This guy had a rant. You want to introduce?
AK.
Yeah, you want to introduce this not schoolboy. Sorry about that. You want to introduce this J.Doug?
Yes, DJ Academics. DJ Academics is a YouTube personality. Worked for Complex, and he's a hip hop blogger. And a lot of people in hip hop don't like him. They have problems with what he posts on his Instagram, on his YouTube. And recently he got into it with Freddie Gibbs, because Freddie Gibbs kind of threw a shot at Young Jeezy, saying Jeezy wasn't relevant. And then DJ Academics got on the show and said, shit, if Jeezy ain't relevant, you only selling under 20K, and people saying that you relevant. So if Jeezy ain't relevant, you never was relevant. So I guess he didn't like when Academics said that. And he was talking about DJ Academics, who fuck, if you could find a bad bitch who fuck DJ Academics, I'd give you some money or whatever. And DJ Academics went off the hook on him, started calling them bitches, saying he got more money than them. And he started going in on Chrissy Teigen, John Legend wife, called her bitch, told her she could suck a dick.
Hey, we're gonna let him speak for himself now. We got the video.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, so first off, this article comes to us from hiphopdx.com, and they start with Academic tells John Legend to check his bitch, Chrissy. And then they go on to say during a Twitch stream, the media personality was hosting on Tuesday, Chrissy's name came up when he got to her husband, John Legend's new album sales, finding it laughable. Legend sold roughly 26,000 units of Bigger Love in the first week. Academics decided to revisit an apparent issue he had with the supermodel for some time now. I'm not going to read the whole rest of this article, but I will play this 3-minute video and let Academics speak for itself. And that video comes to us via WorldStar.
I'll son you, your mama, your daddy, your son, your daughter, everybody. So when you talking about, oh no, my son living, you're fucking stupid, you dumbass nigga. I know exactly where you live at. I'm not that type of nigga. You don't live in a bigger crib even than me. Relax yourself, little bum ass nigga. You, whoever you with, your son, relax yourself, nigga. Don't be trying to talk to me. I'm a different league. Okay? I'm top tier league, nigga. I'm what they call major league. You minor league, nigga. I shit on you every. Bigger Love sells 26K first week. It's bewildering to me. His bitch be talking mad shit online. I dislike this bitch so much. I can't even lie to you. Chrissy Teigen, Instagram. I just feel like she actually one time she sneaked this to me. So fuck that hoe, straight up. And John Legend can hear that. Don't have your bitch diss to me because I don't give 2 fucks about none of y'all niggas. He's to call some chat niggas. All right, Serpent Pat, thank you for the donation. But one time she was sneak this to me. I don't play that. I don't care if you John Legend's bitch or any other bitch. How about you take that fucking big ass mouth of yours and that fucking weird ass looking face and start promoting your man's album? Maybe you want to do 25,000 fucking first week because you got all the jokes. And when you're trying to get at niggas, you think you're the smartest, cutest, funniest thing possible, but your man is still fucking flopping. He's a legend doing 25,000. That's a fucking flop. Chrissy Teigen suck a dick, straight up. John Legend, if you feel that type of way about it, nigga, you can suck one too. Because I don't like your bitch came out randomly one time. She tagged some shit. If you want to know what a beef is, she tagged some shit with me in it, and she had some slick ass comment. I don't give a fuck. You ain't that funny, bitch. Don't mention my name. Period. Suck a whole dick. And if you as her man feel some type of way, you suck the same dick with her. All right, straight up. Let's get on to the next one. No, it's not rubbing. But I keep the same energy with everybody. I remember I was going to violate Sin Santana if she wasn't with Joe Budden. I remember when we just came in from the BT Awards and I seen that she meant some wild ass message. Yo, that Migo shit only happened because Ack is pussy. I was going to violate her so fucking much. But if it wasn't for Joe Budden, and I'm glad for Joe because I chilled and we talked about it next, and I told him how upset I was about that. And he was like, yo, like, he told me like, yo, you can't control like your women in your life, but this is what I'm telling you. Don't focus on her. So I never really got at her, but I don't play that type of game. If you a bitch who be just getting money off sucking another nigga's dick, and that's your fucking come up, don't ever be getting at niggas who in the field. Straight up. Because he was exposing you because you used to overcharge African Americans while you're Asian. You don't sell no jewelry to Asian niggas. You sold all your shit to hip hop African Americans, and then you want to act like you're some savant. You're a scum. You're fucking scum. Get on here with me. Get on here with me to talk to me. Get on here with me. You won't. You got a little podcast. You won't. Get on my stream to talk to me. All of y'all. Get on here to talk. None of y'all will talk to me. But here's the great thing about it. I got the biggest platform and I owe you bum ass niggas. I'm gonna drive it home day after day. Day after day. Day after day. Day after. My fucking whole liquor just spilled. My whole liquor just spilled right quick.
That nigga be drunk as shit.
My whole liquor just spilled right. I don't know what happened.
Okay. That's DJ Academics Rant.
Boss. That's my nigga.
I don't remember him being so gangster.
Right. That's my point. That's exactly what I wanted to say.
He got his weight up.
I think he's got COVID brain.
The same reason I don't wear.
Oh,
he got COVID brain.
He in a different league.
He over there angry.
What he's doing is he have to do on his level right now, because this is the time where, as a personality, people try to knock you off, and he's doing exactly what he should be doing, fight for his spot. Yeah, that's all it's about at the end of the day.
That's what you see?
Yeah, fight for your spot.
He's fighting for his spot amongst artists. He's not an artist. He's a blogger.
Yeah, but you can't get punked out in hip hop, period. That's the thing about hip hop. You don't matter if you're a blogger, dancer. In hip hop, black culture, you can't let people punk you out or bully you. And that's in the hood. We all know that around black people. Once you let black people intimidate you and take advantage, it's a never-ending thing. And then you always know once in the hood, one person whoop your ass in the hood and somebody see it, now everybody think they could beat your ass. Y'all know that. Well, nigga, I'll fuck you up like Ray Ray did. Nigga, don't play with me. Yeah. So it's the same way. When black people and black culture and black entertainment is like the hood, you have to be ready to get down for your crown, because one black person punk you, all of them gonna do it. That's just how it is.
That's why that man that's why that man in that wheelchair busting down the damn street.
Exactly. I'm telling you, we all know that. You can't get your ass beat in the hood. Now, you're gonna be fighting all week long. That's how it end up being. You have to fight. Once you lose one fight, you end up fighting at least about 5 more people after that, just for no reason.
I can't disagree with you there. I'm gonna read some of these comments that I'm gonna give my feedback. So Redemption says, I love Chrissy. Her clapback game is strong. If anybody knows what she said to clapback, please put it in the chat. I would love to read that, to know what she said, to get back at him. In his words, she started it, I guess, by calling him pussy in the first place. John Hamilton says at Redemption, yeah, J.Doug has no credibility. Ha ha ha. How can you talk about people he don't know but try to discredit us? We disagree with his BS take. That's coming from a guy on YouTube named John Hamilton. All right.
I don't. How did I discredit what he said? I forgot what that said. Oh, he probably mad because I said he don't know Tupac and Jada Pinkett Smith. That's his problem. Nigga, you don't know them. And then he go put in the comment, yeah, I was around them. Nigga, put a picture up.
All right. So
Yeah.
scripture says nothing more than what aboutism and respectability politics. John says exactly. That's what makes this show like other shows. All right, shaking my head. Okay, John, no doubt. Thanks for watching. Still, we only got one dislike, so maybe you should give us two. Acting his feelings. Bitch made says redemption. John Hamilton says it's the Hennessy. I'm prone to agree with that. Devon says he was drinking that Douce, and Devon says liquid courage. That was absolutely liquid courage, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, this motherfucker, he looks like he's losing it. I hear what you're saying about the whole not letting nobody punk him, all that shit. But to me, it looks like the man is losing it. It looks like he might be on his decline. He might be on a decline, and maybe fighting for his spot might be something he's thinks he's doing, but he's also like he looks real emotional, like shit is going bad for him. You know what I'm saying? And he looks like, also it might be one of those things where he just thinks talking crazy is what's going to get him the donations. Because as you saw, he got a 25 donation mid rant. So I don't know. Schoolboy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It looks like he's losing it. Like he's sitting in there drinking by himself, banging on the desk and knocking the liquor over, and you got paper towels sitting right there next to him. Like, nigga, what's going on? What's going on? He might need some counseling, man. I know a lot of folks just been stuck in the house, and maybe he's losing, the edge a little bit. But I don't know, man. It looks crazy. It looks crazy. I don't really follow that man's career. I think I heard of him for some reason. I'm putting him with Star for some reason. I think they were on a show together at some point.
Yeah, they had it on Everyday Struggle, I believe it was called.
Right.
Together, yeah.
But didn't they have a relationship before that as well?
I think the relationship they had was basically the academics is influenced by people like Star. Just That's how he got into journalism, what he calls journalism. Where he was basically academics came up by making these real creative videos where he just talks about artists, talks about situations, and he just used B-roll of the artist, which I thought was pretty brilliant at the time, and it got him pretty far. It was a system he was able to use over and over again, and it got him pretty far because people would come to DJ Academics for the up-to-date information on most of the fuck shit. And and then he kind of blew up really big, and now it looks like he's on a decline, which he can always come back up. But it looks like he doesn't know how to handle that decline. It's almost like he thought he was going to stay up there, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think there's no such thing as a decline in the lane that he in. People fuck with him that's gonna fuck with him. I think in the internet, people always going to. It's so much new stuff popping up. It always seems like you on a decline because new shit is just popping up. Once you like 5 years or more of being at the top of the game, relevant. So it's like new shit popping up, new personalities popping up, and it's just the audience of what he's doing is just spread a lot thinner now because there's so much content out. I don't think you're on a decline.
I think it was always a lot of content out, and there's always a lot of people that do that did the same thing he did. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's always going to be a roller coaster ride when you talk about your career. You know what I mean? What goes up must come down, but that don't mean you got to stay down. You know what I'm saying? So, the
reason why I say he's not down because he has a job.
No,
so I mean, if he get fired, then yes, he's down.
No, if he works for himself, he can never get fired. So I agree with you in the mind state of you still have an audience. Just focus on your audience, right? And that could go across the board. That could be somebody who just blogs to 25 people every day. Just fucking blog to those 25 people. You know what I mean? But when you go from making videos when you probably didn't even foresee yourself going to television or getting picked up by a major label, a media outlet like Complex and things like that, and then you get on this level, I don't know if he even saw that for himself. You know what I mean? And then he gets there, and then he starts to lose credibility. He started losing credibility around the time 6ix9ine lost credibility because he attached himself at the hip with 6ix9ine after at a certain point. And then from then on, it just kind of like, once 6ix9ine went down, it was like people trying to take him down with him. Even according to people, I forgot who was it. Was it Meek Mills who came at him then? Or people said, don't put out that song you got with 6ix9ine and shit like that, trying to bully him. 6ix9ine was in jail. You know what I mean? So, I think that, he thinks he's in jeopardy of losing what he once had. Let me read some of these comments, but go ahead.
I want to just say something real quick. That's why I like what Star say. He say you never want to be relevant in hip hop. You don't want to be relevant in a world of nigga shit and drama.
I agree.
And that's why. And I see why Star doesn't try to be relevant in that world, because it's always going to, black people is always looking for a reason to discredit you, especially if you're not making excuses for them. That's why they love the people like Tariq Nasheed. That's why they love the people like Umar and Boyce Watkins and every other Democratic shield. No, I ain't gonna say Boyce Watkins or Tariq Nasheed, but I don't want to throw them in that bus. But that's why they like the people that make excuses for them, the race hustlers and people like that, because they know, okay, they talking what I want to hear them talk. Excuses. He blame. Don't you blame? If you blame white people, you gonna eat with black people. It gonna get you far off into like the real success in the industry. But if you just have a stick where you blame white people all the time, yes, you got to show.
Okay, so Redemption says, yeah, Boyce is not a liberal. So I guess that.
Yeah. I want to say, look, I don't want to say Boyce. Boyce is a more like what I say, like go do it your damn self type of person.
Right.
So I don't want to say Boyce. I really want to say more Tariq Nasheed. Yeah.
Okay, so Redemption says you were defending D Wade like you knew him. So I guess that was in regards to what you were saying earlier.
And I never defended D Wade.
I think
he must be talking to somebody else in the comments.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And then John says exactly, but I'm mad. We don't think you mad, man. Relax, bro.
Yeah, he talking. Yeah, him and Redemption talking. So I don't know what they talk about.
Yeah. So Unknown says arrest somebody with this weird ass name was arrested by FBI today. She was the buyer and groomer of young girls for Epstein. Okay, so
Maxine Grizel or something like that. Grizzlane.
Well, Grizzlane arrested. So
Grizzlane Maxwell.
yeah. So I think we got a topic for tomorrow's show or next week's show. So come back and we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna dive into that. Redemption says, damn, I was wondering when that would happen. She had been on the run avoiding a subpoena she knew about. So on to that subject. If anybody on the panel knows a little bit about that, feel free to talk about it now, because it seems to be something people are talking about right now. Also, Homeboy Unknown says crazy shit going down, another suicide gate. And then Homeboy says Maxwell knows all the dirty pedo elites. She's gonna go bye-bye, hang woman. Okay. And yeah, we got somebody just shot somebody out in the comments. Yeah, so I think we should go over what we spoke about today. We spoke about a slight pandemic update, which is that people don't want to wear the mask. And that there's fake news is at an all-time high, and YouTube will take you down if you're spreading what they deem as fake news, which can seem to some like silencing people. We were going to go into Trump's numbers getting a little low. I guess we'll save that for another topic. But to speak to the pandemic update, I think Trump's poll numbers being low is kind of attached to the pandemic, because his audience is the same type of people that don't want to wear masks and want to go in public and want to go to rallies. He threw rallies in despite of the pandemic, and people are getting sick. So his fan base, his core market, his core target market are the same people that's actually most likely the ones that's going to go out there and get sick. And there are a lot of states that are being affected by this, and we'll dig deeper into the pandemic. But we're going to go towards some of these other topics as we wrap up the show. And we also got into a heated debate about education and resources in our community. Anything I'm missing, people?
No.
Will and Jada. And we spoke about
Will and Jada.
And Jada's side dude. So I want to go into this next segment, which I want to call
It's new at noon. We are now hearing from the man who stood.
I want to call this segment the Revenge of the Karens. So we had Karens going wild on the last episode, but I think right now there are some Karens that are basically turning up. There's some Karens turning up, pulling guns on folk. And of course, we're going to go to the first one. It's not the only one I'm going to show, but the first one is the more popular one, where there was a Karen with her, I guess her husband, and they were pointing guns at protesters. So let's get into that real quick.
Yeah, they gun like that.
All right.
Yard pointing New at noon, we are now hearing from the man who stood in his front yard pointing a gun as protesters marched through the Central West End. This video right now on your screen getting national attention. You see the man and his wife there in the striped shirt out in their yard with weapons as protesters marched by their home, headed to the home of St. Louis Mayor Lyda Krewson to protest. Mark McCloskey says the protesters smashed through gates on their street, and this is all private property. He also says that he and his family were threatened. Now, we did check the area this morning. You can see the wrought iron gate is now gone. There is a chain link gate up with a pink ribbon on it.
As soon as I said the words private property, it enraged the crowd. There was then a horde of people coming through the broken gate. I mean, the gate was broken in pieces. I've sent you the photographs of it. And there were, I don't know how many people, there was a tremendous number of people, all angry, all shouting, all coming towards us.
We will have much more on this story for you coming up this afternoon, starting on News 4 at 4 o'clock.
I don't think there's much more we need to know on that story. They didn't do anything with the guns. However, they were out there grandstanding. So what's your take on this, fellas?
They didn't do nothing wrong. Protect your property. That's what America about. I wouldn't have been mad if she would have let a couple of them things go.
They was doing a whole lot, and they're making it seem like, oh, they broke this this gate. I thought they were kind of making it seem like they broke the gate to their actual home, but it looks like they broke a gate into the subdivision, which would be a little bit different. I don't know, because it's still, like you said, it's private property.
Yeah.
But then again, I've seen a lot of people try to class this as Black Lives Matter, and it's interesting because the homeowner himself admitted on Cuomo's show, I think yesterday, that it was the white kids that were the ones who were breaking, causing that destruction. And I keep telling folks, like, you can't just say everything's Black Lives Matter.
There.
Yeah, they might have been there. That didn't mean they broke the gate.
But this is what I don't like. Black people was there. What does it matter who the color of the person who broke the gate?
Because why else are they pulling out their guns?
But black people telling them not to go in there. So why they can't be pulling out the gun because of the white? See, we always saying stuff that cannot be proven. You said white people broke the gate. Now you saying they wouldn't have pulled out the gun if it was only white people. They pulled out the gun because there were black people there, and we could prove that how.
I didn't say that. That's what you said, but
you said why did they pull out the guns?
Yeah, because people were walking around outside.
Yeah, because white people were there. They pulled out guns.
I don't know, man. So this is. I think their response was outside. Call the damn police. Where they live at. If they would have called the police would have been there in 5 seconds.
Yeah, we ain't got 5 seconds. But you ain't tearing shit up around here. I'm doing the prevention.
Yeah, that's fair. They were right to be. They could be on their grounds, but pointing the guns at people, that's a bit much. That was my issue.
The thing I don't like that you said, I don't like blaming the gate breaking on white people. It don't matter who broke the gate of the color.
Well, I didn't say it. The homeowner said it. That's why I'm just mentioning that fact to it. That's what the homeowner got on national television and said.
Because he probably didn't want to blame it on black people.
So Redemption says the husband had an interview on Cuomo the other day using the standard "I was afraid" bullshit. Predictable.
Why can't white people can't be scared?
They didn't look scared to me. They didn't look scared to me, J.Doug. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? And then she also says he has a narrative down. And then she says protect against what? All they did was escalate the matters. Protesters will not be facing property or even.
They broke the gate.
All right. They broke the gate. Okay. They broke the gate. Okay.
Cost money. If somebody break your gate and run off, you going to be mad. Be like, damn, I got to pay for that. That coming out of my damn pocket.
And then she says, no, they believe supposed violent thugs were going to storm in the mansion. I think that it's a legit fear that white people do have that one day we're going to treat them the way they treated us. But those particular white folks didn't seem scared. Yes, the way they treated us. I think white people are scared that we're going to get as violent with them.
What you mean? What you mean the way they treated us? Give us a job?
Give us a job? Soldier boy voice.
What way did white people treat us?
the way they still treating us. The reason why we even protest, the people are protesting right now. The reason why there are white people out there going hard to not be associated with the treatment. That's So
hey, I'm just saying. Well, white black people don't treat me too good. So
okay, well,
I don't see. It's not going. What's the difference? What am I going to get better out of the black treatment than the white? Because we ain't like black people treat me like.
What kind of black people you deal with? Because like I don't let black people disrespect and abuse me.
Right. So my thing is, we have been, and you can't deny it, we have been victims of systemic and historic oppression, from violent to every other way of doing it. So from physical to mental to systemic. But I'm gonna go into another Karen going crazy. Another Karen's revenge. And this woman, particular Karen, hit a black woman with a car. When the black woman decided to even speak up for herself, pulled out the ratchet. Let's go.
Got the gun on me. Get away. She got the gun on me. He has to hit me with the car. Call him. I'm telling. Get the license plate. Get the license plate. Get the license plate now. Cause you were never about to hit me with the damn car. You about to hit me with the car? You fucking both of y'all put the guns on me, okay? Call Richard back up to the police. Call Richard back here now. I got it. Don't you fucking jump behind my car. No, I ain't jumping on your car. I was listening. You fucking with me. Do you see that? Do you see that? They both put that gun on me. He was trying to hit me with the car when I was going back. You see that? And then when I hit his car, he wanted to jump out the car and put a gun on me. That is crazy. Trump making it real comfortable. Call the police. No, don't go anywhere.
What's wrong with y'all? What is
Call the
wrong with
police.
people?
Call the
What
police.
happened? What happened?
Call
Because
the police.
now I'm tired of this
You
shit.
about to hit me with
I'm
the car.
tired of this shit. I'm so tired of this shit.
Hit me. And then put a gun on me.
What's going on? Lord, whatever.
Move
I
out
know.
the way.
There's always a problem. Yeah.
Now I got it.
All right. Whatever.
Karen's revenge.
Get away.
So what happened? Do we have any backstory? Because I hate that black people turn on the camera with all this damn emotion, just making it seem like, oh, look at me. Oh my God, y'all look. What happened? God damn it. You always do that, all that over dramatic shit.
I mean, wasn't the gun being pulled out over dramatic or no?
What happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. If I
Nah,
got a
bro.
motherfucking gun and some shit happened, it's getting pulled out.
Right, it gets pulled out. She didn't shoot the gun. She got back in her car and they drove away. It was fine.
I don't know.
The gun was not necessary because
Yeah,
she
but
should
I
have
got
waited. If the
some.
gun was so necessary, why she didn't wait for the police to come and support her? And whatever action led her to, I need to pull out my gun right now.
I don't know what happened. That's what I'm saying. But I got, in this climate, you got these over dramatic black women. Something happened. I don't know. But yes, I'm not finna wait for these black women to start jumping and we start flying and they start beating my ass. No, I'm pulling my gun out now.
So listen, I think we got some feedback in the audience. Redemption says Karen bumped into the black woman's child and said, "Excuse you." She says she was afraid for her life, and she was arrested for brandishing. So,
well, how we know? See, that is a always twisting the story. How we know the child didn't bump her?
Bump her car? It was the car that
she ain't say bump. You say that she bumped her child
with the car. The car was the dispute. She kept saying how she was getting bumped. She said the woman she backed up into them. The woman
backed up into them
and then hopped out the car because she hit the car. So what it sounds like is the car was backing up. They did not, whether they saw them or not, they didn't have any regard for them being behind the car. The car,
they didn't see him. They might didn't see him.
They might have didn't see him. They might have did. Either way, when they got
bumped the child,
when they might have bumped the child and or her, she says she hit the car. Like she must have slapped the car to make them, aware of their presence. And she hopped out the car, afraid for her life because they slapped her back in the car and pulled out the gun. Mike from Boston says, "Don't let the actions of certain white people represent all white people. Most of us are just regular people trying to live life."
That's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. That story sounds too fishy to me. Something bumped the child. No such thing. The child got bumped. Okay, the child got hit by the car. Get the child out the way. You hit the lady car. She might have was finna hit y'all. They might have thought that the lady wasn't finna stop the car, and then she hit the car. I don't think no kid got bumped.
Yeah, but pulling that gun out. I think if this woman if she would have escalated the situation, that woman would have shot her. That woman would have shot her. She didn't have to.
But what about when black people pull guns on other black people?
It ain't no what about. That's what redemption is saying. What about ism with you? We talking
No,
about
it's not about a what about ism. I'm talking about it's a problem. It's such a big news story because a white person pulled a gun on a black person. You got black people pulling guns on black people in the hood right now 10 times a day, and nobody. It's not a problem for black people. It's not no topic of concern. But if a white person do it, it's the end of the fucking world. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It is a topic of concern, but check this out. So redemption says no. The woman bumped into the child exiting an establishment. Okay, words were exchanged.
Okay, it wasn't in the car. Okay, so the cow could have bumped her.
Let's read the rest. Words were exchanged, and then the women were arguing about a car, and the husband, I believe.
So
hold on.
Now I know what happened.
Read the rest of the comment. Read the rest. Okay. I believe backed up, and the black woman slapped the window. So the husband, I guess she's saying the husband attempted to hit him with a car. Exchanged women arguing about a car, and the husband backed up, and the
so
black
now it was justified. By that story, it was justified. Whatever happened, we bumped each other. We get into a word exchange. It's over. You follow me to my car and you hit my car. Yes, I'm pulling my fucking gun out because you don't want to leave the shit alone. Yes. Yes. What?
Schoolboy.
Yeah, nah, you gotta let that ride. We're adults. You can hit my car, but I'll run you over with this car. So just move out the way. And
You could have got hit by the car. Why you over dramatic? Because I knew she was doing something over dramatic.
But here's the thing. But this again, my point.
Turned on the phone mid thing. I already
again
know
my
what's
point.
going
Again, my point is not that.
I already knew it was.
My point is this: if I'm encountered with somebody, I'm at the hood mall. And I get into some words with somebody at the door, and I walk to my car, and that person's following me. Then they let me get in my car. Hold on. Then they let me get in my car. Then I back my car up, and they hit my window. I'm just gonna back out and drive away because here's my thing. What's the point? You're gonna they didn't break the window, right? You're gonna get out of the car and start fighting with this person, end up going to jail, get your ass beat in front of your kids or something crazy.
Yes.
Like, no, let me back up and get the hell out of here.
That's the logical thing. That's the logical thing, what you're saying. But this is what I'm saying. If I bump your child, we argue about it at the store. You follow me to my car and you hit my car. That is a overreaction. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so if you can overreact, why can't I overreact? Because I'm white?
Because you pull out a gun and
it don't matter. You can't tell people how to overreact.
Yes, you can.
Tell people, no, you can't.
Yes,
no,
you can.
Okay,
so here's the thing. My uncle right now, my uncle.
For that smoke.
Hold on.
Because if I was black,
hold on.
You wouldn't follow me to my car because you know.
Let me explain to you why that logic doesn't work. Let me explain to you why that logic doesn't work. My uncle leaves the store. Two people follow him outside that store. They try to jump him, and he stabs one of them, and that person dies. My uncle's currently locked up for
That's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
I know it's not right. Yeah, I know it's not right.
Somebody, because I could get my. So what? These guys beat my ass, kick my fucking head in, and I'm dead.
Right. So, but you know what the difference was? Right. You know what the difference was?
What?
My uncle's not white. It's not my white uncle.
But did black people attack him?
No, it was white people. and one of the people, the person who died had a rap sheet with 30 plus felonies on it.
So white people attacked him?
Yes. Some trash.
Nah, I don't believe it. I got to see this story.
Okay. I mean, look it up.
When this happened?
All right, so
about 5 years ago. We'll see.
Right,
so is he on trial like that? Done deal?
No, he's in jail. He's gonna be in there.
How many times did he get?
I don't remember exactly, but it's a lot of time. He's not gonna be out no time soon.
But he was justified in what he did.
I know that, and I feel like anybody realizes that that's correct. But like you said, you can actually police it, and that's the thing. The police do police the reaction when it's certain ways. And it looks like Karen got arrested anyway for brandishing the weapon.
So she was wrong.
So
Yeah, she was wrong.
Yeah, the law may work for herself. Luckily, she ain't killed nobody. She was wrong, but in my eyes, she wasn't. Just like in my eyes, your brother or your uncle wasn't wrong, and he black. So I don't go by the color. I go by the situation. I don't go by the law. I go by the situation. If you overreact, they should have arrested the black lady. But I know black women, there's no consequences for them when they around here acting a fucking fool, yelling and overreacting about every damn thing. There's no consequences for them.
Bullshit. We all know.
You could fight. You could fight in the hood all day. No problem.
You know, we pack the jails and we don't, you know, especially drug crimes, but stupid shit with. We pack the jails for shit like drug crimes and we don't do the drugs. So that's a perfect example of how.
Well, it don't matter. Stop doing drugs. You see, when you wrong, period.
You don't do
You
the-
can't go by talk about, well, they wrong too. No, you wrong. Just
They
answer your wrong.
They find reasons to make sure that we the ones that pack the jails. Is what I'm saying.
That's fine, but it don't matter because at that point you need to get off drugs. It don't need to be looking at the white man. Because if you getting off drugs, it's gonna only benefit you. You getting off drugs ain't helping the white man. It's helping you.
So let's Schoolboy, we don't hear you. So just check your cam and mic option and or switch headsets again. We're gonna go to this next story, and I have a couple clips. So I'm gonna go to the news article, but then I'm gonna go to the actual live of somebody that was there. And this is in regards to open carry and protesting. So this is Louisiana, I believe. Demonstrators, some armed, descend on Cattle Courthouse amid Confederate monument hearing. So I'm gonna let this video speak for itself.
Ain't that crazy though?
What's that?
We look for a reason to stay on fucking drugs by saying they giving white people less time instead of just getting off the damn drug. That's amazing.
That's not a reason to stay on drugs. That's an example on how uneven the political system is when it comes to handing out time.
But if I'm on drugs, I just need to focus on getting off drugs and getting out the system, period. Don't worry about what's going on. If you ain't involved in that system, it don't affect you.
All right, I hear you on that. But my point is that they will overwhelmingly put us in jail for the same thing that white people do. That's my point.
I feel you.
That's my point. So it seems like this commercial is trying to play games with me a little bit. So let me see if I can skip the ad.
In a Caddo Parish District courtroom to determine the future of the Confederate monument outside the courthouse ended without a ruling. More on that in a moment. Outside in front of that monument, a gathering of at least two groups of protesters, both of them against the monument. Most of the demonstrators today stood peacefully in front of the monument itself. Another smaller group, some of them armed, stood across Texas Street. Remember, Louisiana is an open carry state. The leader of the armed men told us their group is called Sleep is for the Rich Gun Club. 3 Shreveport police officers eventually showed up to keep an eye on things.
We don't support violence. We don't want violence. We are against anybody committing violence, but we need to make a showing that if the Daughters of the Confederacy have their rights according to the First Amendment, then we ought to be able to stand out here with our guns as well.
If white people doing it, we should be able to do it,
will
of
not be
course.
intimidated nor threatened.
So that's a reference to Saturday when a small group of those who want the Confederate monument to stay, some of them openly carrying firearms, faced off across the street from demonstrators who want the monument removed. Some of them were also openly carrying weapons. There was a closer police presence on Saturday. There was no counter-protest today. Now, inside the courthouse today, District Judge Craig Marcotte deferred a decision on extending a temporary restraining order stopping Caddo Parish from removing the monument. Attorneys for both sides think that ruling could come in a matter of days.
Today, I'm going to show you the 5 foods you must avoid eating if you have.
All right, so this speaks to what I was saying earlier in the show. I feel like something as small as open carrying over a Confederate statue might lead to some sort of actual war. Not necessarily political positions and things of that nature, just literally black and white folks. Well, maybe political has something to do with it, but black and white folks open carrying around, at the same time, standing on a opposing side of history could lead to something. You know what I mean? So I'm going to play another video in regards to that, but I'm going to let you guys talk about what you feel about what the news said, and, the news clip as is.
I just think black people need to find something to damn do. That's just what it is. Black people know good and damn well they don't care about no damn statue. Niggas don't even go look at the damn statues. So what you care about a statue? How about you go get a damn job and rebuild your own damn community? Stop worrying about a damn statue. We got other important things. That's why I say it's a time wasting thing. And now you out there with guns and shit, and your only reason for being out there, the white people out here. Oh, they got their guns. I'm gonna have mine too. Go find something to do.
I don't think that the black people came the same day of. I think it was a response to them trying to intimidate the people that were protesting. Schoolboy, is your mic on? No, we don't hear you.
Don't hear you.
So while you work that out, I'm gonna play this other video that explains it a little more. So they showed a clip of that particular gun club that came in response to the white people that were open carrying, the Confederate people who were open carrying. And they came another day. This is a whole nother day when they came. They didn't come the day of. The day that those Confederate people were out there open carrying, there was a peaceful gathering of people who think that the statue should come down.
But why black people letting white people tell them what to care about? Because we all know black people don't care about no statues.
No, it's not about white people telling them what they care about. I'm saying that those particular people wanted to take the statue down. That was it. But those people who are open carrying were trying to intimidate them. And that's the point of this gun club who came out in response to that. They were trying to intimidate those people for taking the statue down. And not for nothing, me personally, and I'm gonna let you talk after this, I do think some of these statues should come down. There's a statue in Brooklyn in front of the courthouse with some white guy, I don't know who he is, and black slaves at his feet. Damn near white, cleaning his feet. Like, why the fuck we got to see that right now? You know what I'm saying? What purpose and what symbol is that statue saying on the block of the courthouse? Nevertheless,
but why black people been ain't got it down?
Because maybe we had other things to fight for in the process. You know what I mean? So maybe right now they're using the traction. They're using the traction of what's going on right now to actually say, let's get rid of these statues. We can't ask for things to change overnight. Things got to happen when they happen. Schoolboy, is your mic working now? Nope. Check the cam mic / option and make sure it's registering that particular headset is the option. You want to watch this video of the gun club real quick, J.Doug?
Right? Yeah, let's see what they got.
All right, let's see what you're talking about. And this actually is a live video of the situation. The news didn't show what he had to say, but we actually have a live video of somebody who was there. And this has well over 2 million views on Facebook.
Did you say sleepers? Sleep is for the rich gun club.
Why are you guys out here with guns?
Why not? Those guys came on Sunday and they tried to intimidate some innocent ladies, unarmed men.
They got one of them right here.
They got one of them right there. Just post up right there. Just post people right there. They came out here because those guys came out here trying to intimidate those girls, and they thought that they were gonna have it easy. But one phone call was made, and the whole and everybody came down here armed. No bullshit.
And Louisiana is a total gun state.
Yeah, it's an open carry state. So that's open carry. So that's why we out here.
Who came out here this weekend? Who are you talking about?
The Confederates. You watch the news, right? Who with? KTB. Oh, y'all ain't keeping up with that? I bet. So anybody that keeps up with the news, you should know what went on this weekend. You should know. Don't start paying attention whenever we respond to stuff. All right? Yeah. Don't start paying attention whenever we start responding. Hey, big dog, hold on. Don't start paying attention whenever we start responding to stuff. The time to pay attention is not when the oppressed people decide to respond to the oppression.
Go ahead, Tony.
You heard me? The time to be caring about race relations is when it's going down. Don't wait. Why are we still having to come out here and fight over a monument that from people who fought against our country, bro? Y'all don't understand the hypocrisy in that? And then you want to ask why we out here protecting these people? It's about good versus evil. That's why. If you claim to be a white ally and you stand with black people, that's cool. We appreciate that. But it's about good and evil, bro. And if you know what's right, you need to get off your high horse and you need to come down here. And if you're in the black community, like I've been saying all day, if you call yourself a tough guy, if you've never had a club fight, if you ever been in Coco's and had a club fight or any of these nightclubs, Sandbar, Phoenix,
anywhere they at.
Give me another one. Where we at? if you could go into a nightclub and be ready to punch something down, you need to come down here and be ready to punch something down for your people and for the right cause. And we starting the gun club. We getting every eligible person of color their gun rights. We're gonna make sure that they know their gun rights. We're gonna make sure that damn near every eligible person of color got their concealed carry permits. They may have felonies. We working with attorneys right now, and we're gonna help y'all get y'all felonies cleared off your record. So y'all boys can feel safe about protecting yourself. A Bossier police officer, when I was taking my concealed carry class, he told me, he said, cops are not crime fighters. Black people, cops do not fight crime. They respond. No, they respond to crime, little daddy. By the time the cops get there, you already been messed over. You done already caught your issue, right?
No, it's not true.
You need to find a way where you can protect yourself and your family before the cops get there.
Right then and right there.
Right then and there. By the time the cops get there, you need to be explaining to them why you got a few dead men on your front property. That's why we out here, because we ain't taking no intimidation and no bullying no more. If you white and you stand with us and you an ally, well, you come out here and make yourself known. It ain't enough to be quiet no more. It ain't enough to be quiet no more. Bring your ass out here and stand with us. Quiet don't work. And don't edit nothing out. I don't care if you got to make this a 30-minute, yeah. Don't edit. And even if you do, it don't even matter.
This is for protection.
This is for protection. This is for protection. This is for protection. But this is for protection. But don't get it twisted for 1 minute. Don't you get it twisted for 1 minute.
Get that on record.
Year 2020. And I want every black person all over the world to hear me. Black people have always been a peaceful people. Every single American war that this country gave us, black people fought in it, me included.
And not only that, we never had that.
Black people act like they so peaceful.
We never had that complex, bro.
We would go to war and we
black people
never had that in the back of our head.
Dog, black people have showed. Dog, we done showed them Harvard graduates. We done showed them business owners. We done showed them genius artists. President Harvard, same thing. Man, we showed this white country every single piece of black excellence we can show them, and they still consider us niggas. They still consider us less than. So guess what? We're gonna start spinning with us. If you're white and you're not evil, you can come and spin with us. You heard me?
Crazy that we still fighting for.
I feel sorry for me.
We still fighting for the same shit my granddaddy fought for.
We still fighting for rights that they are born.
Get my man right here.
For rights that they are born with, we still fighting for. So we ask us why we out here fight. We out here for a reason. We out here for certain privileges that we're supposed to be born with that we have to fight for.
I was out here 2 weeks ago.
It's good versus evil,
It's good versus evil. But you put it, it's still certain rights that my child is not born with that other children are.
Yeah.
That's why I'm out here fighting. Stigmatism that I still have to tell my child to watch for certain stuff if he's ever stopped by this. But other kids on, what's the difference between their kids and my kids? What's the difference?
And then shout out to Leo Savage. Let's talk about Leo Savage. Let's talk about Savage. Did you run for mayor?
He was all in the black community, took one of our votes.
No. Well, to whom it may concern.
To whom it
may concern, bro. Don't speak on none of us carrying guns, and don't because I saw a comment that said, why aren't those men in jail for carrying those assault rifles? But you ain't say nothing about those Confederates when they pulled up trying to intimidate them little girls over there. So that's cool, but when the real men come to defend some shit and just be a symbol of power, now we should be in jail. I hope y'all paid attention to who made that comment on Facebook and don't vote for shit that he got going ever. Ever. Make sure y'all shop sleepersfortherich.com.
Of course. Time to make some money. That was a performance. I knew it. It's all about performing with black people. That's the thing. That was a performance. Very good, but it was a performance.
Why do you say it was a performance? He was boots on ground. In your words, boots on ground.
Yeah, because what he did at the end. Really, it's just like, yeah. But no, I like what the guy was saying. I do like what the guy was saying about holding arms and stuff like that. It was cool, whatever. But I wish that we'll do that when the police come into our neighborhood and put their foot on a nigga, they knee on a nigga neck and kill him. Why? What they at then? See, we got selective time when we want to be tough, and most of the time it be for show. Let's really take over. If we gonna do it, let's really be about it and stop all the talking. And that's another thing too. He up there talking about I'm gonna get black people all registered for guns around the country. Black people talk too damn much. If you gonna do it, just do it. We always think every time black people we finna do a revolution, we got to go in front of white people and tell them every little single thing we finna do. And that's why shit don't never get done. Just do it.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. We do have to do more than we say. Boy, is your mic working yet?
Yeah, I think it is.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta turn, you know.
Yeah, we went a little over.
Make a move. But yeah, man, it's I don't know, man. I think he had a lot to say, and shit. If he want to get his money and hustle, let him do his thing. Why not? That's what Candace Owens is doing. You know, she's selling her little trinkets and shit like that. So that's another example of everybody, you know, pulling their bootstraps or whatever you want to call it, doing what they're supposed to do to get their money. But yeah, man, if they want to show up today, tomorrow, the next day with their guns, let them do it. They're just exercising their right to carry in that state, and you know, exercise that First Amendment right. So it is what it is. Just like the other folks came out and did their little goofy stuff. But I mean, the difference I believe though is our issue is we have more of a cause than they do. You know, these folks are campaigning for a failed state that lost a physical war on the ground. And of course, they picked up the political baton and did pretty well with that for a few years. But now we're going back and we're saying, well, shit, y'all lost that war. We're not going to let you just erect statues in the public sphere based on a treasonous army. That doesn't make any sense. So when you come out here showing their symbolism, we're gonna oppose that because that's not what this is about. You know, it's everybody doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's all well and good, but I just like to remind black people, once we do get all that stuff rectified, we still gotta go back and clean up our own lives. Let's focus on cleaning up our lives and getting our stuff together.
Yeah, we still gotta support black business, which is why I agree with him actually plugging his business at the end. Let me read some of these comments before I get to the next and one of the last topics of the day, which still regards open carry and things of that nature and protests. Redemption says, actually, we do care. Several removed here in VA, speaking of statues, in Fredericksburg, a slave block was removed and a white store owner had the audacity to be offended because they felt it was an attraction, thus bringing business to their butcher shop.
Okay.
My homeboy Chris says, I fully support that message, 10,000%. Redemption says, these things need to be moved to museums. I only recently looked into Rizzo's history from Philly. He's a monster. John Hamilton says, we had to take our legal guns to Brunswick, GA, when the KKK was threatening the peaceful protesters for Ahmaud Arbery. And Redemption says, Georgia is a KKK breeding ground. And I do think it's crazy that this country allows people to even still join these groups, yet they think black identity, what they call it, black identity
extremist
is what they should be focused on, but instead they're not focused on all of these actual white supremacy terrorist organizations who are allowed to march down the street and spew all that hate.
I don't see nothing wrong with white supremacist groups or black supremacist group. I think black supremacist groups, if we would have our Black Panthers and all that stuff like that, the difference between the white supremacy groups and the black supremacy group is the black supremacy group talk too damn much.
No,
they get on the front line, they ready to talk, speech, give a show. You hardly ever hear motherfuckers from the KKK do anything. They show up, they do their shit silently, and they have their meetings and they destroy stuff. They infiltrate stuff from the inside. It's always a show with black people. That's why we don't never get our black supremacy groups popping. If we keep stuff quiet,
I hear that.
be popping too.
I hear that point because they definitely infiltrate the system or part of the system and get us systematically. But my thing is this: the major difference is the black groups get infiltrated and killed. So the people when we have groups, the Republic of New Africa, the Black Liberation Army, Black Panther, things of this nature, they target our leaders and they actually kill them. And I haven't heard of that going on with any of these KKK groups and etc. So with that being said, let's go to this article before we tie it all up. Schoolboy,
I gotta go.
all right, man.
My fault.
No, it's good. Thanks. If anything, hit us up in the comments. But have a great day at work.
Take care, y'all.
And
Peace.
peace. So the last one I want to go to is this article. And this is your state, J.Doug. And this talks about hold on, I gotta switch the article up. The sheriff that says you've been warned is the title. Florida sheriff said he may deputize gun owners against protesters. Jacksonville, Florida, your hood, Clay County Sheriff Daryl Daniels, no stranger to making viral videos appealing to tough on crime politics, released a video Tuesday that said he will make special deputies of every lawful gun owner in this county if he feels the county is overwhelmed by protesters. The 3-minute video shows Daniel standing in front of 18 deputies as he derides civil rights protesters and godless disruptors and tells them to stay out of Clay County, a suburb of Jacksonville. If we can't handle you, I'll exercise the power and authority as a sheriff, and I'll make special deputies of every lawful gun owner in this county, and I'll deputize them for this purpose, to stand in the gap between lawlessness and civility, he said. Now, you yourself have went out and protest in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
You live in Jacksonville. I don't know about the county. How do you feel about him giving the average person, which most likely is not going to look like you, that is legally gun owner, to go against protesters? You think that's going to work?
No, but at least he's telling you to stay the fuck from out of Clay County. Nothing wrong with him putting prevention. He got a job to do. I'm not against him doing his job. He made a threat. That means stay the fuck up out of Clay County with the protesting. That's just what it is. He's not, he's doing his job. He's protecting his county. It's not that Clay County is not that big. And people already know pretty much stay the fuck up out of Clay County.
Why is that? What's the population looking like over there in Clay County?
It's not that big. It's like nothing in Clay County. It's
racial makeup.
It's probably all white. Probably majority white people.
Okay.
So yeah, it's nothing to go in Clay County for. There's nowhere really to protest and take. They only got like a mall and the movie theater, and that's like soon as you get to Clay County. It's like right there on the Jacksonville, Clay County line. So if you're in Jacksonville, you don't live in Clay County, you're not gonna go too further past the mall unless you live back there, because there's nothing back there. And you got a lot of suburbs that's close, like Argyle and stuff, that's close, that's in Clay County too. A lot of community where black people live also. So it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal.
You think he's grandstanding? You think because you're saying that you don't think protesters will go there?
Yeah, I don't think protesters will go there. I think he just trying to keep, because they just built a lot of new shit out there in Clay County too, so they don't want all that new shit too up. So that's probably he just grandstanding. And like you say, he didn't say nothing about black people wasn't allowed to do it. He said every law carrying gun owner can do it. He didn't say only white people. So it's black people that live out there that'll be deputized also. So that's it.
To go against protesters who protesting for police brutality. But let's go to this comment. I think so Redemption seems to know something about it. His history is skewed. The sheriff is being investigated for improprieties in office regarding his mistress. He's pandering to All Lives Matter crowd and deflecting from his troubles. So, like you said, he's grandstanding. So, do you think that's why he's deflecting? You think he's just power?
No, I just think he don't want the drama out there in Clay County. And yeah, he probably want to get reelected again. So yeah, he probably holding it down for white people down there. It's not a big state, so if white people, not a big county. So if white people fuck with you, that probably gonna get him back in office. Probably get him a check. It's politics.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with pandering towards your base if that's what your job is.
Right. So
See,
redemption.
black people want you to pander for them even when you don't get nothing for it.
I mean, I don't want people to pander towards us. I think they do that already. I want them to actually do some shit for us.
There's nothing he can do for you.
Well, if we don't live in the area has power, then that's one thing.
That's
but
what I'm
talking
saying.
about politicians and people in power who have to get voted into power. I don't want them to pander to black people. I want them to actually do some shit for black people. But
there's nothing he could do for nobody.
Right.
And it's definitely nothing he could do for you outside the office.
Redemption says there's no tangible threat for him to even issue such a statement, which goes along to further prove a point that he's just grandstanding.
Yeah. That's why I say he probably just trying to prevent some of the stuff and trying to just let people know that, yo, I'm willing to take it to this level if it does go down.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So today we spoke about protests, open carry. We spoke about Jada and her side dude. We spoke about we went everywhere. We spoke about academics on a drunk rant. Something acting like a gangster when we all know that's not the case. We did a brief Corona update. We should have went to Trump poll numbers, which I think is low because he's actually losing people literally because he's holding rallies and these people are getting sick and they're gonna die. You can't vote for him if they're dead.
And in this whole pandemic thing, the lady Angela Cortez, she put a statement out or a tweet saying that the Democrats basically saying that she want this pandemic thing to keep going because if they stop doing this pandemic thing and the economy bounce back, his approval rate gonna go up. So they're saying let's keep his approval rate. In order to keep him down, we have to keep this pandemic.
We just lost J.Doug. J.Doug, if you can hear me, we just lost J.Doug. So I think he's gonna work that out. And what I'm gonna do is, in the spirit of all of the craziness we just seen, I'm gonna play something that J.Doug would consider the dumb shit. And we're gonna get into this quick little fight video. And I think we're gonna get some entertainment out of this fight video. So allow me to pull it up. Bear with me. Here we go. I just pulled it up. And this comes to us via Facebook from a group called Information Age. And it's called Get Out of My Yard. So here we go. Little fight video. Two old guys going at it. Get out of my yard. J.Doug, you with us?
Get out my yard.
Come on,
Get out. Get out my yard.
Street talking.
Get out my yard. Get out my yard. You get me to get punched. Get out my yard. Get out my. You're on my property.
I'm gonna give you the
Get
first
out
one.
my
I'm gonna
yard.
give you the first one.
Give me the first.
Go on.
Get out my
you got
yard.
The first one.
Get out my yard.
You got the first
Get
one.
out my yard, Mike. That's all I ask you. Bye.
I'll stay the fuck out yard. Don't call me like a little bitch no more.
Oh, now I'm gonna be your bitch.
That's what I just said. You call me talking like a bitch.
Get out my yard, man. Go on about your
call
business.
my fucking phone. Tell I got a little attitude with you.
Bye.
Get the fuck up off me.
No, you're in my yard.
And I can walk without you on my ass.
Bye.
I can walk without you on my ass.
Hey, man, y'all quit that shit, man.
Don't do it. I fucking do it quick, man. I'll knock your bitch ass out, Jeff.
Get out my yard.
I'll knock your bitch ass out.
Bye. Get out my yard.
Put your hands on the gun and knock your bitch
Get
ass
out
out.
my yard.
You play?
Man, y'all quit, man. Y'all go, man.
Get out my yard. All right.
People. Y'all crazy, man. What y'all doing?
Get out my yard, man.
Get them. It's real TV, man. Y'all too old, though.
Come on. I want you to. You fun. You fun. You fun. You
see how
fun.
funny I am.
Get the fuck out. Go on, boy.
You can see how funny I am.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Damn.
It's real TV.
Damn, I broke my ankle.
Oh man, you too.
You got the video out.
Yeah.
Broke your ankle. Fuck yeah.
He broke his ankle. J.Doug, your mic. Turn your mic on. It's on Teddy Riley, man. He broke his fucking ankle, man. J.Doug, we don't hear you, man. We don't hear you. So, in the beginning of the episode, we basically said, "Are we at risk of a race war?" And maybe that's as far as the race war will go. Old guys fighting and breaking their ankles. We want to thank everybody that came out to the morning rant.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you on this one.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We'll end off on this one. I was saying white people is soft. Like, damn, you can't even take a little hit to the ground without breaking your fucking ankle. And then that black guy can't fall. I mean, can't fight.
Yeah,
he can't fall. He can't fight. I would have been beat his ass.
Well, like Redemption said, this is some special Olympic shit. And she earlier called them two. So yeah, most definitely. They both were looking a little weak to me. It looked like they knew each other. You know, they looked like they had some type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like they were cool. But homeboy definitely broke his ankles. He definitely broke his ankles. So, yo, we want to thank everybody who came out. This has been the morning rant. We're gonna be back with our we're gonna be back with our co-host next week, Vanessa Smiles. Let me put her banner on the screen. So definitely check her out. She has a podcast that you need to check out called Smile 69 Network. Also, later tonight, we're going to go live with J.Doug show, which is called Live and On Point, hosted by J.Doug and Stefan. And on Friday, I want everybody to check out Lyricist Lounge on Facebook. Go ahead and go to facebook.com/Lyricist Lounge. And if you're hip hop, you already know what time it is. Lyricist Lounge is a pillar in the hip hop community ever since 1991. And if you go to lyricistslounge.com, you can get you some actual merchandise. But this Friday, we have me included, because I'll be working with these fellas. We're going to have a Lyricist Lounge reunion called Beats, Rhymes, and Vibes. And we're going to have the big homie Thurston Howell III and Sadat X from Brand Nubians, two Low Life members, are hip hop artists and legends in their own right, who are going to get interviewed, and we're going to hear some new music from them, and it's just going to be a good time. And opening set and beats are provided by DJ Pudge. So definitely go to facebook.com/Lyricist Lounge and go to lyricistslounge.com. If you're a true fan of hip hop and you know Lyricist Lounge is, you should already know. Go get your Lyricist Lounge hoodie, t-shirts, hats. Go get that merch. So this has been the morning rant. Yo, thank you for coming out. J.Doug, salute to you, man, for always bringing the controversy and not being afraid to, you know what I mean? Not be afraid to give your point of view.
And I don't say anything controversial.
Yes, you do, but we ain't going to get into another debate. But plenty of people love to disagree with you, and some people agree with you on certain things. So I do think it's controversial in its own right. You know what I'm saying? And Redemption says great content. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Redemption, for checking on in. Real talk. So
yeah, you enjoyed yourself, Self.
Yeah. So everybody, you know what I mean? Definitely make sure you stay in tune. Make sure you like iRant Network on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to the Ranters Union on YouTube. Make sure you go to J.Doug TV on Facebook and click like on that page. And if you want to give me some shine, you want to go to JahLogic and Friends on Facebook as well. You can click like on there. And this way you can just stay in touch with us. No matter what page gets shuts down or whatever happens, you'll always find a way of getting in touch with us. We can't thank you enough. And we're about to get up out of here. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And thank you again for pulling up. We really can't, words can't describe how much we appreciate you. Real talk. So this has been the morning rant.